All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jim here. I wasn't intending on live streaming tonight, folks. I'm actually very sleepy. I've had a rough couple of days, not slept very well, but you know what? Enough of my belly aching, huh? Enough of my belly aching about how much I'm not sleeping. Let's see what is happening here. Israel has struck some targets in the Gaza Strip. Israeli aircraft reportedly strike 25 targets in the Gaza Strip. The IDF views the terror activity carried out by the Hamas terror organization with great severity and will continue to operate in a powerful and determined manner. The IDF is prepared to carry out its missions as necessary. This is breaking within the last hour, maybe last 45 minutes, folks. If you're out there, pop in. I don't think this is going to be a long live stream because, again, I am very sleepy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Again, here's the latest information. Actually, first we'll read this, then we're going to jump over to something else. Related to this, Israeli Air Force fighter jets, attack helicopters, and aircraft struck 25 military targets belonging to the Hamas terror organization in the Gaza Strip Tuesday. Okay, that's Tuesday. That's today. Isn't there a commercial that says Tuesday? Actually, hang on. We're not even looking at that. There we go. Excuse me. I didn't even have that set up. If you're out there, folks, pop in the chat. Please let me know you're here, and we're going to talk about all this stuff. And again, here we go. Israeli Air Force fighter jets, attack helicopters, and aircraft struck 25 military targets belonging to the Hamas terror organization in the Gaza Strip on Tuesday. That is within the last hour or so. The target strikes included sheds of drones used for terror purposes, a rocket manufacturing workshop, advanced naval weaponry, military compounds, training facilities, and a munitions manufacturing site. The IDF says this is an additional strike against military targets belonging to the Hamas terror organization, which is accountable for activity from the Gaza Strip and therefore is responsible for the severe attacks that were carried out against Israeli citizens. The IDF went on to say, and they added, the Hamas terror organization again chooses to act against the interests of the residents of the Gaza Strip. I need to grab a sip of water. Okay. After it failed during the violent riots along the security fence, it now chooses to conduct and allow a wide-scale attack against Israeli citizens. The IDF views the terror activity carried out by the Hamas terror organization with great severity, as I just mentioned, and will continue to operate in a powerful and determined manner. The IDF is prepared to carry out its missions as necessary. So we have that, and then we're going to try to catch up. David Cruz, welcome aboard. That's what we're talking about right now. Some live updates here. Again, let's see if we can get this to play. This is of the Iron Dome. Whoa, footage shows Israeli Iron Dome intercepting dozens of Hamas rockets toward Israel tonight. Let's see if we can get a look at this, folks. If it'll play. It's a little bit choppy, but you got to see some of that right there. Again, it's the Iron Dome intercepting mortars coming in from the Gaza Strip. Okay, so we saw that. Maybe we'll take a look at that again in just a moment here. I don't believe that this situation is currently over. I think it's still an ongoing situation. Here's a bit of a timeline for us. Now, in regards to this, Nikki Haley condemns mortar fire into Israel, calls for a UNSC emergency session. That's the United Nations Security Council, for whatever good that will do. On Tuesday, American ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, strongly condemned the latest round of mortar and rocket fire emanating from the Gaza Strip and called for an emergency session of the UN Security Council to be held Wednesday, which would be tomorrow. The Security Council should be outraged and respond to this latest bout of violence directed at innocent Israeli civilians, and the Palestinian leadership needs to be held accountable for what they're allowing to happen in Gaza, Haley said in a statement. Okay, so that's the most recent thing. This is after we had further rocket sirens sounding in southern Israel. The IDF attack 25 terrorist targets and retaliatory strikes in the Gaza Strip. Now, again, we had this happen last night, and now it's happening again tonight. So how many nights in a row will this take place? Folks, if you're out there, pop in the chat and say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know how you are. Say hello, say hi, say howdy do. We're going to be talking about this for a little bit. I'm not going to run for a long time tonight, folks, because honestly, I am exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I might tend to be therefore a little cranky. I'm kind of like a baby in that respect. But if you're out there, folks, pop into the chat. Say hi. Let me know you're here. You don't have to participate if you don't want to. Just say hello. Again, we're talking about Israeli fighter jets attacking targets in the Gaza Strip. Retaliatory moves for mortars that have come from Hamas in the Gaza Strip. This is within the last hour to hour and a half. This has started taking place. We're going to watch this for a little bit of time, folks. So welcome aboard. If you're out there, jump in the chat, say hi. Again, I just like to know that you're there. You don't have to participate. I say that all the time, and I am sincere when I say that. And again, you don't need to see me over there. No, let's look at this. Okay, let's look back at some more IDF information and information coming from that area over there. Let's take a look at this right here. This might be very similar to what we just saw of the Iron Dome taking down some incoming mortars. Old School Warrior, shalom, my friend. Welcome aboard. I was wondering where you were. There you are. All right. All right. We've got David Cruz in the house. We've got Old School Warrior. We're talking about the IDF retaliating against mortar fire coming in from the Gaza Strip. Again, this is just transpiring in maybe the last hour or so. Let's see what this is right here. Let's have a look at this. If it'll load for us. You know, it's probably not going to be very long until I actually switch to Firefox.
20 מטר לידינו. וואי! יואו! באמא שלי! יש פה רסיסים בראש שלי, בבצלי.
I guess that may have been okay. That was kind of a choppy rendering, but that was a video of rocket launch from the Gaza Strip striking a soccer pitch. That's another way of saying soccer field in southern Israeli community of Netivot. That was at 5:49 p.m. So I'm assuming that was Eastern time. So, you know, again, maybe an hour and a half ago, we had that taking place. So again, we had something similar last night, and again, in a moment here, I'll show you the Iron Dome taking down some incoming mortar fire. Let's get a look at this again. Again, these videos are a bit choppy, a bit slow. Did you say a naughty word? So there, that was the Iron Dome taking down that incoming mortar fire. But again, the headline is Israeli fighter jets attack helicopters, strike targets in the Gaza Strip, and it was 25 military targets, folks. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking to see if there's any eyewitness accounts, any information as far as eyewitness accounts as to what might be taking place here. Let's get a look over here and see. Again, sometimes the best information we can get comes from people that are nearby. Okay, right now we're looking at a man's body found in Ellicott City. Again, that is tragic enough, certainly. That terrible flooding of a couple nights ago. But let's see if we have anything offered up here coming from people who might be on the scene there. I guess not. This is interesting. Don't toast marshmallows on Hawaii volcano, says U.S. government. You know, gosh, I was actually going to do that. Dang. Now, why can't we toast marshmallows on the Hawaii volcano? Seriously now, I kind of wanted to do that. Actually, I wanted to heat up a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli, too, like I saw in a different video. I'm kidding, folks. You don't know me. Maybe you think I'm serious. Okay, Morgan Freeman. All right, so I was hoping for some eyewitness information here, and we're not getting that. Again, we have a couple things that have popped up. Anon Ra, greetings from the UK. Yes, greetings to you. Do I think this will continue throughout the week? It's very possible. One true God, welcome aboard. It's very possible that this may. I don't know. Again, we had a situation like this last night where Israel is retaliating against some trouble. See, I am tired. Trouble coming in from the Gaza Strip. So again, this was 25 military targets belonging to the Hamas terror organization in the Gaza Strip. And this was over the last maybe hour and a half or so. Now again, these target strikes included sheds of drones used for terror purposes, a rocket manufacturing workshop, advanced naval weaponry, military compounds, training facilities, and a munitions manufacturing site, the IDF says. So again, it was striking specific assets within the confines of the Gaza Strip. And again, I'm watching for live information here as well. Unfortunately, there's lots of ads too. You know, there's what is it with this? What is this right here? I keep seeing this ad. And again, what is this tree with a face? Anybody know what that is? Put it if you want to comment in the chat if you know what this is. It's Kingdom at War. Is that a game? Because I don't play games. I'm not a gamer yet. I seem to get this stupid ad on every website I go to, and you know. You are fed the ads that they think you want to see based on your history. Well, I don't look at games. I don't play games. I'm not really a lot of fun. I don't do the fun things that most people do. So I don't know why they think that I want to see that. I couldn't care less about some tree with a face. If I saw a tree with a face, I'd wonder if somebody put something funny in my coffee. That's what I would think, that maybe somebody slipped me some lysergic acid diethylide in my coffee or something, that I'd be seeing frowning faces on trees, and I would imagine that that tree probably talks to you as well. Again, I don't want to be seeing that. I don't need that. All gone. Welcome aboard. Anon Ra. I mean, that's funny, but that's seriously what I would think. I would think, you know, if I saw a tree with a face, and I would think that somebody put something in my coffee. I am very uncool. I just want you folks to know, I'm very uncool. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I'm not a lot of fun. I am very uncool. I'm not a fun person to hang out with. I mean, I may have a crazy sense of humor, yes. And if you come to my live streams on a regular basis, you get to see shades of it. But for the most part, all right. So what we're focusing on here, and again, I don't think I'm going to be in here a long time this evening again because I'm very, very tired, folks. But I wanted to catch up on this. Nikki Haley is condemning this mortar fire that came into Israel from the Gaza Strip, and she has called for a Security Council meeting tomorrow, UN Security Council emergency meeting tomorrow, to be held on Wednesday, for all the good that's going to do. La-di-da, that's what I say about that. Again, we had further rocket sirens sounding in southern Israel. We had the IDF attack 25 terrorist targets in retaliatory strikes in the Gaza Strip. I was believing that this was ongoing, and this may be all the information that we're getting right now. I don't know. This appears to be. Let me translate this. This is probably a pro-Palestinian tweet. Breaking, now Israel DG, full support of America, has started a war. Gaza, Yarab. Okay, started the war. I don't know if this may be in many ways much of the same that we see there, but will this erupt into a war? Will this erupt into something that may see the fulfillment of biblical prophecy? That's always my interest. Now, we're not going to look at that. I'm not even going to mention her name anymore or what she's doing. You've heard me talk about using the breaking tag for things that are not breaking news and how much that irritates me. Again, there's a number of things here that are not breaking news. I'm not going to show you this because this tends to tweet things that are a couple of days old. But I'm looking for more of this, more information on this, and maybe that's it for now. Maybe there's not a lot more to say on that, because it may have been a case of where the IDF or the IAF, the Israeli Air Force, flew in there, took down what they had to take down, went home, and it was over. That could very well be it until tomorrow or till the day after, whenever this happens again. If it does happen again, you know darn well it's going to. But that's what we have on that, folks. So give me a minute here. Hey, hello there. You know, I've got these headphones are my favorite fashion accessory. You know, I always have these things around my neck. You could, I gotta make sure I don't strangle myself with them, because that can happen. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see who we have out here. It's time to take attendance. Taking attendance, we've got Barf 245. Welcome aboard, Old School Warrior. You guys are putting up lots of funny things for me, and I greatly appreciate that. I love it. I love the fish. I love the dragons. I love the tractor, the ghost. I love the fishing, the trees. You too. I always appreciate you being here, very, very much so. All gone. I appreciate you. There's a couple new ones that popped in tonight. David Cruz, One True God. Thank you. God bless you. Welcome aboard. Anan Ra, welcome aboard. You know, Anan Ra, I should have caught that a couple minutes ago. I didn't catch that. But you posting that tonight there will be war, that could connotate that this is not over for this evening, right? I mean, am I a smart guy to kind of put that together? Hey, you know what? That means this might not be over this evening. But thanks for that, Ananra. I appreciate it. Folks, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Again, I'm putting up news videos every day. I don't live stream every day, even though I've live streamed more often than not lately. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Give this a thumbs up, share it. I'm going to go a little while longer here, see if something new should transpire on this. Check out the link below to my latest fiction book, Light, a Wayfarers story. If you're following world events, especially where America might be concerned, this is fiction that might be as much non-fiction as fiction. Check that out. If you're a truther, if you're woke, if you're watching. Also, there is the super chat if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or something. All right, so I did that, okay? I have to do my sales pitch because, you know, I don't monetize these things. So that's my way of doing that. Roseanne is jobless. Yes, she made an untoward remark about, what's her name? Valerie Jarrett, yeah. And you can bet that the television network, I think it was CBS, they were hoping she would do something like that, because then they would have the excuse to cancel that series. Because even though I don't watch much TV, I haven't watched Roseanne since the old days when she was on years ago with John Goodman, but they didn't like the way that program, that series, was appearing to be so pro-Donald Trump. So of course they wanted that gone. They wanted that gone. That was their opening. They did it. I'm sure they're very happy. Will another TV network pick it up? I suppose that's very possible. But Roseanne right now is jobless. But Roseanne probably is doing okay. I don't think we need to worry about her. I'm going to do one more thing really quick, and then we're going to jump back to the news, because That's why we're here. That's why we're here. If you're out there, if you're watching, if you're lurking, welcome aboard. I'm going to live stream a little while longer. Again, we're trying to catch up on what's happened with Israeli fighter jets hitting 25 targets in the Gaza Strip in response to mortar fire that came from the Gaza. The Iron Dome did take some of those mortars down. We're trying to catch up on that to see if this is over, or is this, in fact, as Anon Ra said, is this war, as per someone from the IDF making that statement a while ago. If you're out there, pop in the chat, say hi. You don't have to participate. If you're shy, that's okay. Just say hello, and then you don't have to say anything else. But welcome to everyone. Whether you're in the chat or not, welcome aboard. I greatly appreciate you being here. Now, with that, you've seen enough of me for the time being, so let's get over here and have a look at this. Again, let's see if we have anything new that has popped up here. Will this develop into war? There's that stupid tree again. There's that stupid tree with the face, that game. That's going to haunt me now. I'm going to be dreaming about that thing tonight. And the tree's going to talk to me. It's going to say, "Hello, Jim. Why are you making fun of me? Why are you putting me down? My face is handsomer than yours, Jim." Yeah, okay, we don't need that, all right? So, okay, again, Nikki Haley condemns mortar fire into Israel, calls for a UNSC emergency session. So that's tomorrow. She's called for that tomorrow. The UN Security Council, again, nothing will come of this. If anything, the UN Security Council will condemn Israel for defending itself. Israel, in their eyes, in the world's eyes, folks, Israel is always the bad guy. Always the bad guy. No matter what happens, Israel is always the bad guy. However, Israel is God's prophetic timepiece. And as is written in Genesis, I think it's chapter 3, he will bless those who bless her and curse those who curse her. Not to say that every person that is of Israeli heritage is a good person and therefore golden. That's not what that means. That is God's chosen land through the Abrahamic covenant. That is his prophetic timepiece. So while the world hates it, it's very special. It is the apple of God's eyes. So, or God's eye, to be more specific. So if you want to really know what's going on in the world and what the future may hold, watch what happens with Israel. Again, looking at this, you can see potential prophetic fulfillment. Gosh, I can't pronounce half these words, folks. I would probably benefit from a cup of coffee. I'm extremely exhausted, but if I have that coffee now, well, I'm going to be up all night. I'm going to be up all night. Coffee does exactly the opposite of what I want it to do. If I want it to wake me up, it puts me to sleep. If I want it to put me to sleep, it's going to wake me up. So, Psalm 83, the battle between Israel and her neighbors, that's a loose description of it. Basically, you might say that's happening now. Somehow, could this affect Damascus, Syria? Isaiah chapter 17 verse 1, Damascus ceases to be a city, it becomes a ruinous heap. Gog Magog, as prophesied in Ezekiel chapters 38 and 39, where Russia, Turkey, Syria, Iran, and a host of nations from that region all team up and move in with the idea of destroying Israel, just as Iran is constantly threatening that it's going to wipe Israel off the map. And yet God knocks this down. He knocks it down with what is described as fire and hailstones. And the carrion of the soldiers, as described in Ezekiel, will feed birds. The birds will eat the carrion of those soldiers that were killed in that invading force for 7 years. So that's a lot of soldiers. It's either a lot of soldiers or not a lot of birds, one or the other. So will we be seeing, are all these events that we're seeing lately adding up to these things taking place? I am not a prophet. I don't know. I can only look at the situation and think, good gosh, we're getting close. We're getting close to these things. God, again, Israel is God's prophetic timepiece. So with that, we are trying to keep track. All right. Okay. Anan Ra. That is a good point. Make some bean dip, and make sure you have enough to share with everybody. Okay. Do that. Let's get a look at this. And again, because I've got a couple different things open right now. That are generally good sources as far as Israeli information, but there's something else here that we can jump into. Here we go. Here we go. Thanks for that tip, Anan Ra, and welcome aboard again. Let's jump over here. I think actually I've heard of this Twitter page. Now go over there. Go. That's it. All right, there we are. Okay, so let's look at some of this information. Hamas launches massive barrage of rockets at Israel, 2:26 a.m. Now breaking multiple rocket launch on southern Israel. This is as of 2 minutes ago. Now Elint News. That's another good source. I like Elint News very much. Rocket sirens in southern Israel right now along the Gaza border. Now this was as of 15 minutes ago. So we may still have a situation that is ongoing here. All right, let's see what they have to say. Breaking as of 4 minutes ago, even more sirens now. All right, sirens sounded in the Eshkol Region Council. More details to follow. So again, there may be more going on here than we were led to believe. Call Wonder Woman. Well, Wonder Woman, I don't know what her phone number would be. And of course, you're gonna get the anti-Israeli comments. Okay, this is from Elint is sharing some information from IDF's Twitter page. Okay, that was 12 hours ago, 11 hours ago. Okay, so that part is not current. That's from last night. But let's look at what's current right now. What do we have happening right now, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. More large-scale incoming rocket sirens in southern Israel right now. Okay, this Elint News tweeted this out as of 45 seconds ago. Rocket attacks in Gavulat and Zilim. Rocket attacks in Berchia, Baram, Hadaya, Kfar Silver, Mishan near Israel. I mean, seriously, all these places at once are receiving rockets. Again, we don't know the size and scope of these rockets. They could be those little pieces of crap cans that Hamas likes to shoot, which basically look like coffee cans with cones in front of them. Again, I suppose if it hit you, it would hurt, right? I mean, I can condemn it and say, it's just a coffee can with a cone on the nose, but certainly if you're close to it, it's going to cause damage. Rocket attacks in Magan Eshkol Regional Council and Ein Habesor. Okay, so this again, this was, they tweeted this, okay, as of 2 minutes ago now. But that's current, fairly up-to-date information, which leads me to believe that this thing is not over tonight. That there is still something going on here, so we're going to keep track. Now, the JP does not have anything new here. They again, were running a live feed as well. There's that stupid tree again. Play for 1 minute and see why everyone is addicted. See, they want me to click on it. That's what they want. And then I'll be addicted to it. Okay, so I'm not going to fall for it. What about her? She looks pretty disappointed. Let's just take it. We're having a commercial break, folks. The Amazon discount trick many people don't know about. She looks rather surprised. See, again, I'm tired. I'm tired, but this is important, so I'm going to stay with this for a bit, okay? Nothing new there. Has this site here, which is buggy and full of all sorts of crap, but we're going to check it again, all sorts of feces. Okay, is there anything new here? It looks to be the same information that I read a few minutes ago. Again, Elint News. I'm going to stay here for a minute, folks, and see what else may pop up, because I think this is a good source. I have relied on this in the past when these events have taken place. Time to take attendance. What's going on here? I pray for peace. I pray for a lot of things, Old School Warrior. I pray for you, all of you. Emily, welcome aboard. All gone, of course, you're there. Anan Ra, I'm glad to have you aboard, Anan Ra. I've never seen you in here before, but welcome aboard. You are already on my A+ list. Emily, I've actually been looking at the J post. I've got that open right now. Thank you, all of you that are out there. And while I'm saying that, let's look at this. Anything new here? Anything new here? Okay, sirens are currently sounding in southern Israel. The details are being looked into. So again, this appears to be an ongoing event. This may delay my bedtime a little bit, but it's okay if it delays it a little bit, all right? What's going to be fun for you folks is that the more tired I get, the crankier I get, okay? I'm like a little baby. When I get tired, I'm cranky. So you may enjoy that because I'm pretty darn funny when I'm cranky. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. It's getting worse. Sirens everywhere. This was tweeted from Noga Tarnopolsky. All right, and more everywhere in Ashkelon. This is of just a couple minutes ago. Okay, so why don't we jump over here and see what this woman has as far as maybe information from the ground. Again, people on the ground. People on the ground are a great source of information. She's an Israeli and Palestine reporter. Also, Argentina and Switzerland. She likes wine and steak. Yeah, I don't like wine. I don't drink, but I like steak. I like steak. Steak is good. Okay, as of an hour ago, breaking iron dough missed when a rocket has exploded in the town of Nedavat in Negev. No injuries reported. Okay, so I think we were up to date on that. But we're gonna keep her open too, because again, she might have something new for us. And again, people that may be close by, people on the ground, they are a terrific source of information. So, let's see, my phone literally won't stop going off with warnings. Okay, so this Elint News, again, is in that area. And this person who runs Elint News, obviously their phone is going off with lots of warnings. So it would appear that as of right now, this is a fluid and ongoing event that we're going to have to keep track of. So with that, let's just for one quick moment in time, we're going to come back over here, all right? And then we're going to, I'm going to pop out here for a second. I need to get a look at a few things. If you're out there, pop in the chat, say hi. We're keeping track of what is going on in Israel right now in the Gaza Strip. We have sirens going off in multiple locations. That's air raid sirens. We have reportedly we have mortar strikes incoming in multiple locations in Syria. We have, or in Israel. See, again, I'm tired. In Israel, we have the Israeli forces have struck 25 targets in Gaza, Hamas targets, as a result, a retaliatory move, I should say, as a result of incoming mortars. So again, we've got that back and forth taking place that has been very common lately. If you're out there, jump in the chat, say hi, and we're going to be talking about all of that. And whilst I am here, just catching up to see who we have out there. All gone is got cheesecake and birthday cake. You know, Ebola, again, I've been doing some videos on Ebola. Don't think that that's just going to stay in the Congo. Okay, that is something, whether that is naturally occurring or whether someone or some entity has encouraged the growth and spread of it. Yeah, get your flu shots and vaccines. Hurry up. Oh yeah, get them right now. You know, Anan Ra, this may very well be. Again, we're at a time in history where this may very well be what we've been expecting. Monkey meat. Oh God. Is that like that chocolate you were telling me about last night? What was that chocolate again that you were mentioning? It's 1:40 a.m. in the Netherlands. Emily, you stay up late at night, don't you? But with this, folks, let's take my my unshaven, tired face. Look at this face. Look at me. All right. enough of that. Let's go back over here. You don't need to see my guts right there, the guts of my internals as far as YouTube goes. All right, we're trying to keep track of other things that may provide information for us as far as what is going on there. Again, I don't see anything new here. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to refresh a site that may be updating, and when it comes to that, I'm going to refresh another one. And I've got two more to look at here. I've got this one, and then another one that is way back on the opposite end of my my row of tabs that I have set up here for this. There's that stupid tree again. Ah, all right. That tree is out to get me. That tree is out to get me. I'm going to be dreaming of that tree tonight. That tree is going to get me. Okay, so is there anything new here? Again, we're looking at... why don't I show you this again, folks, before I jump to another source. This is somewhat of a choppy video, but a video of Iron Dome picking up some incoming mortar or rocket activity. So let's get a look at this again here. See a naughty word, that guy? Psst, my ears are burning. Okay, so you have that. You have that. Now, I wanted to get that looks like it may be updating. Let's check over here. Let's check over here and see if anything has changed here. No. So, but again, we are led to believe that this is a fluid situation right now. A fluid situation. And you know, there's another. Hang with me one second here. Hang with me one second. I'm gonna put me back in here. There I am. Okay, there I am right there. Now, I've got to remember that I have something saved here, and I want to find it. So bear with me one second, and let's see if I can find it here. Why not? I've still got room to open up another tab up, so why don't I do that? Let's open up another tab. And it was... Is it here? Is it here? Talk amongst yourselves, folks, while I'm looking for something here. Talk amongst yourselves. You know, make sure that you share the coffee. And, alright, where was it? I'm looking for... No. I'm looking for this. We might get some more information. We might get some more information. That's what I'm looking for right here. All right. Yeah, this might help right here. Let's try this one. Let's see what this one has to offer for us. Gosh, I am running out of tabs. Running out of tabs. Running out of tabs. Running out of tabs. Okay. No. Shame on you for not having more up-to-date information. You made me look bad in front of all these people. Alright, one more quick look here, and then I'm going to move out of this. I'm going to take my image off of there and get back to other things. Okay? And then what's this have to say? Okay, again, nothing. You two, I counted on both of you two for information, and you let me down. Don't let me down. That's a Beatles song. Don't let me down. Alright, there we go. Alright. Oh, look at, there we go. There we go. Alright, folks. So, again, here we are. We're going to try to keep track of what is taking place a little bit here, a few more minutes, okay? A few more minutes. Trying to keep track, and maybe, you see, Noga hasn't put up anything new, but we know that this is a fluid situation, so we're waiting for new things to develop. Of course, if things don't develop pretty soon, well, that may hasten my bedtime. Okay, nope. Okay, eLint has something new for us here. Okay, there's a rocket warning app in the Apple App Store if you want to get 28 notifications a second and then download this bad boy. I don't know if we need that, because, but see, can you imagine if here in America we needed a rocket warning app? Are we going to reach a time here in America where we might need this rocket warning app that Elint News is referencing right here. Updated areas list including all cities in Israel. What if it was all cities in New York or all cities in the Northeast? See, if this was in America, it'd be by FEMA region. Updated area would list all, including all cities in FEMA Region 2 or FEMA Region 3 or whatever the case may be. Think that couldn't happen? Oh, sure that could. Or something similar. If not rockets, some other sort of warning of some impending danger. I mean, again, it's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched at all. So we have that, folks. I don't know why this here is not giving us more. No, we're not looking at that tree. Okay, we're not looking at that tree anymore. Okay. And I bet some of you guys right now in that chat are putting up little icons of trees, aren't you? You want to bug me with this. I know you do. Okay, let's see. Again, nothing new here. Okay, so while we have a couple of sources providing us with information that sounds very dire, that there are all manner of rockets coming in and sirens going off in multiple cities, you know, we're not getting that. We're not getting that from every. Panzer chocolate. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. The tree wants me. I think so. I think so. But if you want to get that app, that app, go ahead and get that. Again, you can look at Elint News, and you can get that app. Anon Ra, do you have that app? Anon Ra has 91 tabs open on their phone. George Soros won't. All right, let's see. We're going to hide that. Ben Cesares, welcome aboard. Squelch, howdy, I didn't see you pop in there. Those look like eggplants? Are those eggplants? I don't know. Yeah, I haven't ever eaten eggplant, I don't think. But Anon Ra, yeah, that's a lot of apps to have on your phone. I'm a knight of knee. Bring me another tree. All right. Okay. Barf 245. There's a storm cloud right there. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Are we still looking at me here? No, we're looking at that. Okay. All right. I'm expecting something new to, again, there's nothing new there, and there is nothing new there. But again, Anon Ra, to your point that someone from the IDF said tonight is the night that, to basically, to loosely paraphrase what you showed me there a little bit ago, tonight is the night that war truly kicks into gear. Well, I mean, that could very well be. And certainly I have been expecting something along those lines. And, okay, now again, this is from Noga Tarnopolsky. Okay, Noga Tarnopolsky. And I can't read that because that is in Hebrew. And you know, Hebrew is a language I would like to know. But she just tweeted the pace of sirens. It's unclear what the official spokespeople are contributing to the flow of info. But again, if you can see that image right there, folks, again, I don't know if any of you can read Hebrew and translate that. You know what? You'll see it better if I don't open this. If I just show you both of her columns, you see all of those siren warnings right there. Okay, now this one from WhatsApp is in English, and it says, from the IDF, sirens are currently sounding in southern Israel. The details are being looked into. I think we saw that one a little bit ago. But it appears as though, just by looking at these, the amount of warnings that are popping up on this phone app that she must have with her, I don't know if she has 91 tabs open, though, Anon Ra. I mean, that right there, that's impressive. But we might have something new over here as well. So, again, okay, now... that's just a retweet of what we saw through Elint News. But Elint News has some new information up for us, too. What does Elint News have to say for us? Okay. All right. Now, see, I was just here a couple minutes ago. Rocket sirens have been going off on an unprecedented level in the past 30 minutes. The intensity tonight seems to be even more than just before the start of Operation Protective Edge in 2014. Okay, so again, Anon Ra, because of your prescience in catching that before, you may be right when that IDF spokesperson said that this might be the night. Okay, and again, this is the first thing they have put up since yesterday. I mean, yesterday they tweeted additional mortar fired from Gaza lands in open area in southern Israel, but then again, that tweet I just referenced, that's right there now. I think I'm getting to the point where I can probably close one of these things out because they're not going to have anything new. That way I can concentrate on what is new and what is informative, and we can try to keep track of this and we can discuss it amongst ourselves. And what else do we have here? What else do we have here? Okay. Elant News is becoming a little upset with all the notifications that they're receiving. Okay, right, mate. Fire truck off with the sirens now. I have over 60 notifications in 8 minutes. Okay, that's 60 notifications in 8 minutes. Is this a situation like with Hawaii some months ago with their nuclear warning? Is this a situation like what took place in North Carolina where they had sirens going off at 2 different nuke plants at the same time? And there's been other instances like this in the United States. Is this maybe some manner of glitch, some manner of hack, or are there really that many notifications, that many warnings right now that that these people that these people would be getting these many notifications? Again, we could be on the verge. We could be on the verge of something very huge here. And that is why I'm going to hang with this a little bit longer, because if something huge here is about to go down, I don't want to miss it, despite my serious sleepiness. Okay, so everyone's picking up on Israel breaking right now on their tweets. Everyone's picking up on that. Okay, I'm sorry. I jumped over to personal business, and again, it was nothing important. Okay, so we have that. And we're going to jump back into this in just a minute. I can see now exactly. Again, this is just attempting to gather information, attempting to see where this is going. Is this going to be something as bigger than that operation in 2014? Is this going to be something maybe bigger than we've ever seen before? Or is it just going to be more of the same? More of the same. Back and forth, and things settle down for a few days, and then we wind it back up and we start all over again. That's what I am waiting to find out. So with that, give me a moment to take care of some business and say that if you're out there, folks, if you're watching this live stream, pop in the chat and say hi. Just let me know you're here. You don't have to participate. I want to make you aware of a couple things that would really help me out if you are interested, and you may find that you enjoy them as well. Well, the one thing is my latest fiction book release. It's only been out for a few weeks now. Light, a Wayfarers story, down there, available in Kindle and paperback. The Kindle's only $1.99, folks. Paperback is $7.99 plus shipping. If you're watching world events, if you're woke, if you're especially watching where America is concerned, maybe today, maybe a little bit further into the future, that is fiction where I have written basically through my characters what I think might happen. And again, it may be as much nonfiction, I don't know. So there's that, okay, if you're interested. And also there is the super chat if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or buy me a piece of cheese. Actually, I'm good with the cheesecake right now. If you want to support my channel, okay, let me say that. And please subscribe. If you have not subscribed yet, I'm putting up news videos every day. Today I only put up 3. Some days it might be 8. It all depends on what's going on. But I get started early in the morning. I was a little late this morning because I was up. I didn't sleep well last night because of the fools that live near where I live here. They like to blow off fireworks and M80s well into the night because they don't have much else to do. So therefore, that interfered with my sleep. So I don't find enjoyment in that. So again, welcome aboard if you're just coming in. We are talking about We are talking about what is taking place right now in Israel. We have another event where there was incoming mortars from the Gaza Strip. Israel has retaliated and hit 25, you could probably say Hamas military, if you want to use Hamas and military in the same sentence, Hamas targets. And now we have air raid warnings going out, hitting phone apps. Huge amounts of phone app activity for those who have them in Israel, alerting them to incoming. We have sirens going off, or have recently gone off in multiple cities in southern Israel. Again, this is at a very, very large or frantic pace right now. So we're trying to keep track of all that to see if we have something truly significant about to go down here. And here we go. We want to look at this right now. So I will show you this. Again, I am very drowsy right now, but I'm going to hang with this a while longer because this could be important. Okay. Endgame, World War III, constant flow of missiles hitting southern Israel. Okay, this was as of about 30 seconds ago. Constant flow of missiles. That's not mortars. When I think of missile, I don't think of those coffee cans with cones on the front that Hamas and Hezbollah like to fire. Basically, they look like something you'd seen in an old cartoon. Again, if one of them hit you, I'm sure it would kill you. But I don't think it's those coffee cans, those tin cans with cones that Hamas and Hezbollah like to shoot. Constant flow of missiles. When I think of the word missile, I think of a missile. Okay, I don't think of a mortar. So this could be significant, folks. And again, we've seen this pop up. Rocket sirens have been going off on an unprecedented level in the past 30 minutes. It'd be about the past 40 to 45 minutes now. The intensity tonight seems to be even more than just before the start of Operation Protective Edge in 2014. To loosely paraphrase something that a spokesperson from the IDF said, this could be the start of basically a big war tonight. Again, that's a loose paraphrasing of something, but this is from eLint News. Again, eLint News is there. The sirens and notifications haven't stopped. They tweeted this 2 minutes ago. This is, of course, is from today, Wednesday, the 30th of May. All of these red alerts popping up for those who have the phone apps in that region. They're getting all of these constant red alerts. Is this legitimate? Could Iran be behind this? Is this a hack? Is this just something that, or is this actually, as I said, legitimate? Are we getting? Now this is from Strat Sentinel. Let's watch this and see. Even though it looks like the image is sideways. Okay, so just turn your head in a direction where you can see what. Doesn't appear to be any sound with this, but there we go. Okay, let's watch this again. Again, turn your head sideways. You can't really see it very well, can you? You can hear it. Okay, so again, we didn't really get much from that, but I appreciate that. That is from Seth Frantzman. I appreciate him going to the effort to try to do that. They give us an idea. But again, the sirens and notifications have not stopped. Okay, and we might have something else new here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, it is really hot where I am right now too. It is just, I've got my air conditioner on, but I have it on fan because sometimes if I have it blowing full bore, it interferes with my audio. So I am very, very warm. Gosh, I wish I had a glass of iced tea right now or something, but I don't. It has now been over 30 minutes of non-stop sirens and alerts, FML. As I type this, I get 6 notifications. And again, wanted to show you this before I got distracted by this video right here, ladies and gentlemen. These are all the alerts that are popping up on phones right now. Those who have the apps, the alert apps in Israel: rocket attack, Brash, Givalam, Melalat. Okay, if I pronounce Melalat, Magalim, Shabalim, Sharsharet, Tasur, Tidhar. These are all towns in Israel. But I mean numbers of them, and we looked at different ones. These are not the same ones that we saw earlier. Bayat Shikma, Bat Hadar, Gia, Mavkim, Gavalat, Zilim. Okay, we might have seen that one before. But Berchia, Baram, Hadaya, Kafar, Silver. So some of these we may have seen before, but these up here, is, if my memory is serving me correctly, are new. So this, if this is all accurate, folks, if this is all accurate, if this is what is really going on here, there is one mother load of arsenal of weapons or rockets coming into Israel right now. This is a mother load. I mean, this sounds like a full-fledged assault. They would make me think, is Iran behind part of this? It's just a thought. I don't know. It's information I do not have currently. Leaping lizards and golly wow. That's all that I can say. And I hate to use such strong language, but leaping lizards and golly wow. I'm going to say that again. The sirens, the amount of rockets, according again to that phone app that we're seeing, and unless somebody has hacked that thing and is sending out a lot of false information, I mean, holy moly. Again, there I am cursing. I said, holy moly. I said, leaping lizards and golly wow. Oh, fiddlesticks. Okay, now I'm really getting filthy in the mouth, aren't I? I mean, you know, it's just, it seems like it's intense at this moment. And the J Post doesn't seem to be updating any of this. I don't know why. Maybe I figured the J Post would be all over this, that they would be right on the cutting edge of it, but they don't seem to be coming up with much of anything new here. So we are relying on those who maybe are out in the field, so to speak, that can bring us right up on the cutting edge of this. And again, it just doesn't seem like they are. I mean, the last we saw from them, Nikki Haley was insisting upon a UN Security Council meeting tomorrow to discuss this event. Okay, well, there we are. We do have further rocket sirens sounded in southern Israel. Again, we are by now well aware of this. So, having looked at that and having looked at this and this and this, I'm going to pop over here. We're going to look at this for a minute here, and I'm going to take attendance, okay? I'm going to see what's going on. What am I missing as far as you folks in the chat? Now, Anan Ra, you're a regular serving soldier in the British Army. Well, you know, even though you're not an American soldier, you're a Brit soldier. You're on our side. Thank you for your service, my friend. Tay Francis, welcome aboard. Hello. Summer BC, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. It's truly good to have you. Truth Freeze is in here. Welcome aboard. Emily, Barf 245. Barf 245 gave us a volcano. Squelch says it's hotter than a pipe cleaner where I live. Squelch, you must live somewhere maybe near where I do, because it is hotter than a pipe cleaner. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is hot here. It is hot here. Yeah, Barf 245, thanks for the cup of coffee. I need that right now, but I'm afraid that that if I have that, Paul, Truth Freeze, Paul's going to say, "Are you serious? Are you serious? There's something biblical going on with the signs." He's going to be all excited about this. He is. I'm excited about this, but I am tired as all get out. I'm so tired I can't even think of an analogy for you. But I'm going to hang in here a while longer because I can't. You see, there's new things going up. What do we have here? There's new things to talk about. Okay. Again, this retweeted from the IDF. Additional sirens are currently sounding in the Shar HaNegev, Sadat Negev, and Eshkol regional councils. The details are being looked into. Now, I just want to make sure that this isn't something that we saw earlier. And I can already see here by looking at my tabs that we may have some more information. No, this is they just say the details are being looked into. That's a very professional and courteous way of saying we're going to find out what's going on. Okay. It's turning into 24 hours of sirens, rockets, and the rumble of fighter jets. Sure does sound like war is underway, doesn't it, folks? It sure does sound like. And again, you know, we can't jump to any conclusions, but we can certainly, just drawing from the information that we are getting here right now, it is hotter than a pipe cleaner. Oh my gosh. Whew. Oh yeah. Okay. That it's again, I just was pausing to think for a moment here. Where are all these missiles coming from? Do you folks think it's entirely possible that instead of being fired from Iranian-funded and supported Hamas and Hezbollah, could Iran themselves be firing any of these armaments into Israel because of the sheer number that appears to be coming through? Again, we're seeing the warnings on the phone apps. We're seeing the warnings and the amount of cities being mentioned. Again, you know, here's an image from the phone app that Elint News is showing us. All these different cities here that are getting red alerts, that have gotten red alerts maybe in the last 10 to 20 minutes. This seems like quite a serious magnitude of weaponry, explosive devices coming into Israel. You would think that we have something major underway here, or at least some manner of major. That is my take on it anyway, and maybe we have something new here right now. Now this kind of goes along with what I was thinking. Elint News is tweeting here, I've come to the conclusion that there's no actual way they're launching this many rockets. So basically, I think the system's frigged itself and is sending hundreds of false alarms out now, but we shall see. So I did mention that maybe these are false alarms, maybe the system got hacked into, which that could be part of the assault. That could be part of the distraction. Get Israelis so distracted by all of these warnings coming in, get them trying to figure out what's going on with this, and maybe they get hit with something significant. It's just a thought. Again, I don't know anything. I'm just some fool that puts videos on YouTube. I don't really know much. But that's if I was to have a thought about that, that would be my thought. This could be part of a psyop of sorts. This could be part of a distraction. This could be some manner of asymmetrical warfare to get people distracted, and then boom, they hit them with something significant. How significant? Maybe something going into Jerusalem, something going into Tel Aviv, something significant. Hopefully that's not going to happen. You know it's going to sooner or later. You can be certain, or nearly certain, that it's going to happen sooner or later. Is tonight the night? We don't know. But could that be why? Or are all those warnings legit? Are all those rockets actually coming in? Is that's in a non-Ra? You think that too? You know, again, a non-Ra, you and I are thinking alike on this. If there's truly that much going in, if there's that much going in, that magnitude of rockets, you know that Hamas and Hezbollah are not doing this, that Iran themselves might be doing it. That's my thought on it. And let's we'll look at that tweet, Ananra, that you just mentioned, because there it is. Saudi Arabia is forming a new force in Syria. Now that's interesting. And what is that going to be all about? Why don't we take a quick jump over and have a look at that? Okay, I think I'm going to close this off for the moment, just so I don't have so many tabs up here that I lose my mind with tabetry. Is tabetry a word? It is now. Tabetry. Okay, excessive tabetry here. Let me show you this. Let's take a look at this article, because this could be all part of the master plan. This could be part of what we're looking at right now, whether it be indirect. There seems to be an ad blocker in the way. You're damn right there is, yeah. Yes, it's no oops. There's an ad blocker, yes, because if I don't have an ad blocker on, you aren't going to see anything but ads. Okay. Beirut, Lebanon. Officials from the Saudi regime met with members of the predominantly Kurdish People's Protection Units, that's the YPG, in northeastern Syria recently, Turkish state-owned Anadolu agency reported on Tuesday. Now, according to that report, 3 Saudi military consultants met with the IPG in the northeast Aleppo city of Kobani, okay, last Friday, and they discussed forming a new force in Syria that would be funded by the Gulf Kingdom, so you know it'll be well funded. The Anadolu report added that the Saudi officials set up communication checkpoints between Hasaka city and Al-Kamishli. You struggle with this. Al-Kamishli, in order to recruit new fighters. Now, these fighters are promised $200 if they join this new Arab force that is sponsored by Saudi Arabia. Who is this force going to be used against? What is this force for? That is what I'm wondering. What would this force be for? What, to protect Saudi Arabia? To protect Syria? What would that be all about? That's what I'm curious to know. Okay, so is everything that's happening right now, is it being exaggerated by some sort of bug, maybe in the phone alert system, that is making it appear as though all these rockets are coming into all these cities and all these sirens are going off, or is it really happening? That is what I would like to know. And right now, everything seems to have gone quiet as far as those who may be close in and could tell us something. Hopefully it's not because they're all in danger. So we're kind of in a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. See, so why don't I do this? Why don't I do this? Simon says do this. Simon says do this. Do this. I was never any good at Simon Says. I would mess up every time. Simon says touch your ear. Simon says touch your nose. Touch your mouth. I'd do it. Dang, I touched my mouth. I blew it. I'd get kicked out of the game. I was good at dodgeball. Oh, I could catch them and I could wing them and knock people out. Well, I was really poor at Simon Says. I was excellent at dodgeball. And I'm a pretty darn good fisherman, too, I'll tell you that. Bass. Got them mastered. Other fish, too. Fall fish. Got those mastered. All right, folks. Enough about me and what I'm good at. I'm also pretty good at checking my chat to see what we have going on here. Shauna Lee Wages is aboard. Welcome aboard. Again, we've got Summer BC. We have, and Emily, that is true. Israel does have terrific technology. I just wonder again if maybe it got hacked into, because if that is real, my gosh, we have a serious situation that we're looking at here, and that's why I'm waiting for updates. I'm waiting for something to give us some manner of clarity as to who, what, when, where, why, and how this is all taking place, and how legitimate is it? Because, folks, I really want to know if you're out there. Okay, if I know that not everybody that is watching this live stream is in the chat right now. If you're out there, I know there's plenty more of you out there. Pop in the chat, say hello, let me know you're here. You don't have to participate if you don't want to. When I watch a live stream, I sometimes just lurk and I don't say anything. I'm just there to gather information, to hear what's being said. I like to read the chats, and sometimes I read some very funny things in chats, and I enjoy that. But I will let you know, folks. First, I'll tell you, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it. This Again, I'm running on autopilot a bit. This live stream, share it if you feel so led to. We'll go a little bit longer here. Check out the link below to my new fiction book, Light, a Wayfarers Story. It is the 3rd book of the Wayfarers series. There may be a 4th. There may be a 4th. I'm praying about that one. But this book, Light, a Wayfarers Story, if you're watching the world, especially where America fits into all this and what could be happening coming up, read that. It's fiction, or is it? Or is it? Check it out. Also, there is the super chat if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, or buy me a plane ticket to Israel or something. Just support my channel. That's there available too. I'm not going to strong arm you folks. I don't like being strong armed. I'm not a car salesman. Of course, not that all car salesmen are strong armers. I think maybe they're not as strong armed as they used to be in this age of customer service, but that's available to you down there if you want to help out here. I'd greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that are out there right now, all of you, very much. I did not. I actually, I got to tell you, I was hoping that nothing would happen tonight so I could go to bed. I was hoping that I would not need to live stream, and yet. You can buy me, Squelch, if you want to buy me a tree. Sure, buy me a tree. Buy me a banana tree, okay? That would be good. Or buy me an ice cream tree, maybe. That would be wonderful. Bomb the Dome of the Rock. That could happen. Anan Ra, this is an unconditional declaration of war, another sign pointing toward... We, my friend, are in the end times, but it's like we're stepping through layers of it. We are stepping through layers of it. And again, this may be a nightly thing. And again, Israel is God's prophetic timepiece. Israel is the apple of God's eye. This is where we know what's going on. We watch this. We watch this. This could be the beginning of big things, very big things. And you don't think it's going to affect us here in America? Think again. Think again. While the media in this country is more concerned about Robert Mueller and James Comey and the pole dancer Stormy and what Trump may have said to what Russian may be hiding in your toilet, or what Russian might be hiding in your computer, or what Russian hacked this, or now maybe the UK did it, or the Russians did it, or somebody did it. Anan Ra, I know you didn't do it. But while the mainstream media is all concerned here in America about Donald Trump and what may or may not have happened, that stuff is nothing but pure bullcrap to distract us. Israel is what we need to watch. The Middle East is what we need to watch. We need to watch America, but there's other things in America we could be watching. The economy, the society, the people in America, the people who do not want to know Jesus Christ as Savior and Lord, that they just don't even tell me about it, don't want to know, that are given over to the devil, that are given over to the popular culture. And that's a worldwide thing. Those are the things we can be watching, not James Comey, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, what Roseanne might have said that offended so many people, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't care. Myself, I couldn't care less. I could not care less. Now, see, even Endgame World War III is saying the Red Alert app is putting out false alarms. They believe. Okay, so we have two different sources that think that this frantic pace of red alerts that are coming into that phone app system that is available to you in Israel, that it may be. But then again, Israel does have fantastic technology. Maybe it's been hacked into. Again, we've seen similar things happen in America. Again, right now, these are all important stories, and I'm passing by here, but this is what I'm focused on. I am focused on what is taking place over there. Again, here's a picture of that phone app. I mean, this is the phone here, then this is the same phone here. You can look at it. All of these alerts that were coming in just a short time ago, on Noga Tarnopolsky's phone app, her alert app to incoming trouble in Israel. All of these alerts were coming in. Was this a hack? Was this just some sort of hiccup in the system, or is this legitimate? Is this legitimate? If that is true, I mean, it seems mind-boggling to me. That just, you know, that just connotates significant things to me. Things that are truly potentially catastrophic. I'll say that. So, folks, it seems like maybe this is winding down for the time being, and I say for the time being because if this is winding down for now, you know that this is not over. This may be over for tonight. It may not be over for tonight. I don't know. But again, I might be wrapping this up soon. It depends on what we see happen in the next couple of minutes. The next couple of minutes are going to be very crucial to me. Now, Anan Ra, you've just gotten a red alert for Nahal Oz, Alamum. So another group of cities. Looking at that, Anan Ra, I didn't see those in the earlier alerts. So you think that these alerts may be real? You know, and again, you do have some military experience, and you may have a perspective that those of us who have never been, whether it be the British military, the U.S. military, wherever, may not have. And okay, Ewan Richardson, welcome aboard. You're still getting Ewan or Ewan. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. If I ever pronounce anybody's name incorrectly, please forgive me. You know, I always try. Are you in Israel, Ewan or Ewan, however you pronounce your name? Are you in Israel? Still getting alerts? If you are, just pop in the chat and say yes or no. If you're in Israel, that would be great to know that. And welcome aboard, no matter where you're from. You're in the UK, okay, but you have that app as well, and you're getting the alerts too. Okay, you know, it is. I'm glad that Israel has the F-35s too, summer BC, and Turkey does not need those F-35s. Absolutely not. So you're getting them, and Anan Ra is still getting them. So Ria, welcome aboard. We're talking about there's an alert app that Israelis have, and Anan Ra and Ewan Richardson, who are both in the UK, have this as well. It's an alert app that notifies people when they should take shelter because there is potentially incoming missiles or mortars. And right now, these alerts are coming up fast and furious. They're coming up in mind-boggling numbers, and we've been wondering if maybe this was some sort of hack, or maybe some sort of just breakdown in the system, or is it realistic? Now, Anan Ra is thinking it might be accurate, it might be real. Again, Anan Ra has the valuable experience of being in the military in the UK, and they believe that this could be legitimate. And someone from the IDF has alluded that this could be the night that things really do heat up. I've been checking that, Ewan. I've been checking that. Matter of fact, I've got that tab open. We're going to look at that again in a minute. That IDF spokesperson on Twitter, Squelch, thinks that these could be real, and maybe they are. If they are real, we're in the middle of something very, very serious. And Israel, yes, Shana, Israel is the apple of God's eye, our prophetic timepiece. Okay, I'm going to see while I'm here talking to you. I'm going to get over to eLint News. Okay, there it is. All right, bada bing, bada boom. I mentioned it, and there it was. Okay, breaking large explosions heard in Gaza now amid constant warning sirens and rockets in southern Israel. So again, we've thought this before, and then things died down. But is this it, folks? Is this it? Do we have something very, very serious, significant, potentially prophetically significant taking place right now? That is what I am wondering. We've got the IDF spokesperson open right now. Again, their last tweet was 21 minutes ago about the additional sirens. Again, being heard in just a host of different locations. The phone apps are going crazy with all these notifications, folks. Even if this isn't legit, if this is some sort of quirk in the system, that in and of itself is, no matter what is happening, even if it's a quirk in the system, that is significant in and of itself if you think about that. Because I'm sure that Israeli citizens are relying on this thing to be accurate because they are in the line of fire there. I mean, you live in Israel, especially toward the Gaza area. I mean, you are living in a very intense area where you're basically in danger from the time you get up. Oh, I mean, you're in danger whether you're sleeping or you're awake. So you would want this phone app system to be working properly, and I hope it is. I hope for the sake of those people there, and even those of you in the UK that are keeping track of it, that it's working accurately, that this is not some manner of hack. I'm tired. But actually, it's not some manner of bug in the system, not some manner of I don't know, false alarm, but in fact, is it real? Again, large explosions heard in Gaza now amid constant warning sirens and rockets in southern Israel. In my view, if all this is accurate, this is a big deal. Is it not? Is it not? This could be the sign of something very, very significant that could have effect in other parts of the world. America, the UK. I mean, America and UK are strong allies. And, I mean, if one of them is involved, the other one's going to be involved. If this was something to do with Iran, the U.S. may get involved, and therefore, the UK would also get involved in it. I mean, the UK is we're partners in this. We're partners in defense. And so I'm going to get a sip of water here. Because as Squelch said, I think it was Squelch who said that, it's hotter than a pipe cleaner. All right, what do we have here? Okay, Endgame World War III is retweeting what eLint News put up just a couple minutes ago. Let me pop back over here to the social side of this and see who, what, when, where, and why. As far as you folks are going, Anon Ra, I can't disagree with you, my friend. And again, I want to say I'm glad you're here with us tonight. This is practically a war. This could be what we've been expecting. This could lead to Gog Magog. This could lead to the fulfillment of Isaiah chapter 17 verse 1. This could lead to some very, very significant stuff. Tay, if I didn't say hello to you before, hello, my friend. And again, enjoy your band, Tay. Enjoy your band and do it the way you like. Make the music you want to make. And I played some music for you folks last night. For some of you, I played a couple of my older songs. I have a lot more, but thank you, Anon Ra. Again, I like having you. I like anybody that's got a military perspective that can offer us that insight, especially someone who's from the UK or from the US. I had a couple of Canadian soldiers in here once, and it was a pleasure to have them, and a couple guys from the Royal Canadian Army that were in here. So it's I had a police officer in here once. I mean, of course, you don't really know who most people are. You don't really know. I mean, and again. You're going to, even me, I'm only going to tell you so much about me because that is for our own security. And Anon Ra, thanks for the heads up on that. Now, what do they have to say? This is from Surah, Al Surah English, as retweeted. Israeli strikes on Gaza now hitting several areas in the Strip. Palestinian activists have called on Israel to stop attacking after several dozen civilians were killed by Israeli soldiers shooting dead protesters. Rocket exchange escalated yesterday. So again, that's just another, even though that's coming from more of an anti-Israeli perspective, that's just another confirmation that we have something significant going on over there. And again, while I am tired, I have to hang with this a little while longer because I am just afraid I'm going to miss something. And if something big goes on, I want to be here with you folks to share it with you. That's how I look at this. And again, that was another confirmation coming from a source on the other side that there is something significant taking place here right now. And you can bet that the American mainstream media will be the last ones to jump on this, and they will condemn Israel. And the thing of it is, so many of those people in the American mainstream media are of Jewish heritage, and yet they will condemn Israel. That's one of the things that has always just kind of confused me. But then again, should it confuse me? Should anything confuse me anymore? No. Should anything surprise us? No. So, we have that. Again, because I've got other eyes out there pointing these things out to me, I feel like I have the freedom again to jump over here because I like keeping track of what's going on. I'm going to just put myself up there for a second. I'm going to jump over here, have a look at this. Okay, we're growing out there. Folks, welcome aboard. Again, we are talking about Israeli fighter jets and attack helicopters have struck targets in the Gaza Strip. This is something that seems to be escalating and growing by the minute. We have had all manner, more warnings on phone apps that have gone out that we can even keep track of. Again, people in Israel can have these phone apps that warn them, give them messages. They're like kind of like our emergency alert system messages that we have here in the U.S. When there is trouble. Okay, we have the thing here. Well, this is maybe their version of that. These messages have been coming in quickly and furiously from cities and towns, numbers of them in Israel, of incoming fire right now as far as missiles and mortars. Israel has taken out at least, or hit at least 25 targets in the Gaza Strip in retaliation. We're wondering, is there something wrong with the phone app that's causing so many warnings to come in? Or is this completely legitimate and accurate? Are all these things coming in as these phone apps have been warning? There's been sirens going off now for quite a long period of time. So that's what we're talking about right now. If you want to pop in the chat, please do so. I know that there's a lot of you out there that are not in the chat right now, and you don't have to participate. Just say hi. That's all I'm asking of you. If you would like to do so, again, because I got to talk business every couple of minutes, check out the link to my new fiction book, Light, a Wayfarers Story, available in Kindle and paperback. If you're into this kind of thing, if you're watching end times events, if you're watching the culture, society, and America, check that book out. It may be as much nonfiction as fiction. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'm putting up news videos every day. I don't live stream every day. I've live streamed quite a bit lately. There's the super chat down there if you want to support my channel. Okay, having said all of that now, I can get back to the business at hand, which is not that, but this. We're trying to keep track of what may be going on over there in Israel, in the Gaza Strip. How deep could the Iranian involvement be? How deep could the Iranian... Again, if these reports are accurate, if there's all of that fire coming in all those places, you would think it'd have to be more than Hamas and or Hezbollah involved in this, that maybe the Iranians themselves are getting involved in this. And we have Pierre Johnson. Welcome aboard. Pierre, am I familiar with you? Have you done some work with somebody in the alternative media, or am I confusing you with somebody else? Gosh, your name just seems familiar to me. I don't know why. Have you Yes. Okay. So yeah, just by reading your information here, I have read your work. I've seen your work before in a number of places, and I thank you for what you do, my friend. And I thank you for your service also. and the timing of these events are well, it shouldn't surprise us at all. We shouldn't be surprised by anything that we see. Anything. Yes, exposing the enemy. Okay, yep, sir. Again, thank you. I'm welcome aboard. I am very familiar with your work. I thought that was you, and we should not be. Semper Fi to you, my friend. Semper Fi to you. Thank you for your service. We've got a non-Ron here who serves with the UK military. He's in there as well, and he's got one of these phone apps. He's getting a lot of these alerts that we've been talking about. This furious number of alerts that are hitting all the phone apps right now in Israel and Anan Ra in the UK, warning of all this incoming activity. This event is just getting started, my friend. This event is just getting started. We are, and the Bible does have a last page. That last book of the Bible is so very revealing. That book of Revelation, folks. This could be the start of some of the most significant stuff that maybe we will ever see in our lifetimes, folks. Again, I don't want to be too premature. I don't want to overbill this and say, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. I've thought this before, and things have calmed down. But if this activity is accurate, and again, let's see what Israel Breaking has. Okay, can't open this page. All right, well, good. Let's open this one then. And if this, okay, multiple Iron Dome interceptions a short time ago over southern Israel following another rocket barrage from Gaza. Let's watch this video, folks. Maybe you can see it playing already. See if I can get us some sound on this, if there is any sound on this. Ooh. Here, let me do this for us. Okay, let's take one more look at that, okay? Because I caught it part way through. Wow. Them sure are pretty fireworks, aren't they? No, seriously. Okay, so there you have that. Again, you see the Iron Dome at work, taking down some of the rockets coming in from the Gaza. Again, evidently this is far from over, and I personally think no matter what happens tonight, we're opening another chapter here, folks. And as we are stepping into the end of days, and we're expecting to see biblical prophecy fulfilled, especially where Israel, the apple of God's eye, is concerned, the prophetic timepiece. You know, at this point in time, we could see anything. Anything can happen, folks. Anything can happen at this point. While the U.S. mainstream media, again, is so concerned about Stormy Daniels and James Comey and Robert Mueller and what Trump did or didn't do and who in Russia he may have talked to, and there's a Russia in your... Let's see, there's a Russian in your shower, there's one in your toilet tank, there's one in your sink, there's probably 6 in your computer, there's probably a Russian in your closet when you go to bed tonight, so be careful. There might be a Russian peeping in out at you. I think I have a Russian in my closet. That's why I have to shut the door. You know, while the mainstream media is brainwashing you with all of that bull feces, distracting you from what is real, and, you know, we need to be looking as much... There's a lot going on in America, okay? And you know what? I think I lost my chat. That's what happened here. I lost my chat. Aha. Yeah, I might have been taken down here, folks. Are you still with me? Okay. Bear with me, folks. I don't know if you're still there, but I may have lost my feed. I don't know if you can hear me or not, as I was just doing a beautiful rant about things. Okay. Folks, I was wondering what I lost, and I showed you some video. I hope you saw it. But I seem to be having a bit of a... Okay, Okay, we're. It seems like we're back. As Aerosmith sang, we're back in the saddle again. Okay, so were you able to see? Were you able to see that that video of the Iron Dome I just showed you? The Iron Dome taking down some more rocket activity from the Gaza. Let me pop back over here for a second. Gosh, I don't know how long that was down for, but I apologize. Good old Chrome. Good old Chrome. Okay, my chat right now is blank white. There you are. There you all are. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Pierre. Thanks for letting me know I'm still here. Okay, because you folks were all gone. You folks were all gone there. Did you see the video, folks, of the Iron Dome? Brenda Weltner, welcome aboard. I see that you're in there. Again, I try to acknowledge everybody that pops in. Unless you are a troll, then I won't acknowledge you. But I try to. So did you see you saw the Iron Dome? Okay, good. So I wasn't sure if you did. Are we on the verge of something very significant here? You almost think so. And again, I am extremely tired. I am very sleepy. Yeah, that was a good show. That was a good show. But I don't say that as though I'm some sort of dolt saying, you may have heard me quip, well, them sure are some pretty fireworks. But those are very useful fireworks. Those are very, very, very useful life-saving fireworks is what those are, folks. Saving people's lives on the ground is what that does, and that is what's beautiful about that. Pierre, your information is terrific, my friend, and I appreciate you popping that stuff up. I very much like a learned military perspective on this stuff because I was never in the military. I mean, I had a buddy of mine years and years ago tried to get me to join the Marines with him, and I almost did. But I was led into different things in life, like rock and roll. And Hamas reinforcements are on the move in Gaza. We've learned a few hours ago. Probably so. Probably so. This could be a big deal. And again, I'm kind of tempering my words here. I don't want to create a narrative that things are bigger than they are until they are. Okay, I don't want to be a sensationalist ever. I will lose viewers before I will be a sensationalist and say, "Oh yeah, here we go, boom." But it kind of looks that way. It kind of looks like we are taking a big step. Absolutely. And again, I don't want to sell you any oceanfront property in Arizona, even though it's awfully hot there. Summer, BC, I think that's probably what's taking place. But let me, you don't need to see my pretty face right now. Let me jump back over to the business out here and see if anything new is being provided for us. Again, those who are putting up all the information through the social media, they seem to have gone quiet for the moment. But that there is the ebb and flow, just like in a football game, there is the ebb and flow, where you have wide open action, then you have lots of penalties, and you have a lot of 3 and outs, and nothing happens. And again, as soon as I pull the plug on this and go to bed, something's going to happen. So I'm going to hang in a while longer because I just have this sense. I mean, I don't want to miss anything. This is. God has called every one of us to do things, and I believe one of the things God has called me to do is this. Okay. Yeah, we saw this. We saw that, again, that is the Iron Dome. I think we may have seen that on a different page, but that's the Iron Dome taking down incoming. And that's a beautiful thing because that's saving lives on the ground. That's taking down, whether it's just their tin cans with cones on the front. Again, some of the armaments that I've seen fired from... I've seen pictures of fire from Hamas or Hezbollah basically look like coffee cans with nose cones. Or those are probably something more significant, I'm sure. But I believe, as again, God has a job in a purpose and a desire for every single person in this world. Mine, I think, is to report and exhort, and that's what I like to do. I like to write books and make records and all that stuff too. So I feel like it's my duty maybe to hang with this a little while longer I'm so dang tired anyway, I won't have any trouble sleeping. And if I stay in bed an hour later tomorrow, I think the world will continue to turn without me. So we have that, folks. We seem to have a slackening right now. We seem to have a slackening. Again, I had some other stuff open that I was looking at, but I've pared it down to these sources here because, again, they were providing frequent information. I had other information open that seemed to have tapered off. So this is what I'm sticking with right now. Good old-fashioned social media, where sometimes you get real people on the ground who are. But I'm going to try one other thing here. Let me try this. Okay, let's go to my Twitter page. You don't need to subscribe to me on Twitter because basically all I'm doing on Twitter is tweeting my books and music and my videos. So my Twitter page is nothing fun. Okay, you don't need to subscribe to me on Twitter unless you want to, but I mean it's not anything you're not gonna miss anything by not being a subscriber on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done that. That's what you want to do. Bear with me a second, folks. I feel like I'm missing good stuff in the chat as well, but I want to see if sometimes people overuse the breaking hashtag and they post things that aren't breaking news. But I want to see maybe some individuals who live in that area may be tweeting things that may be useful to us and what we are talking about right now. It does not look that way. It does not look that way. It looks like we're getting a lot of advertisements. Yeah, there's Barack Obama. Okay, we don't need to look at him. All right, so there's that. But that's open. So what I'm going to do for the moment, just for the moment, is I'm going to pop back in here on the social side. Again, with my, got my headphones around my neck. That's my social statement right there, folks. I'm trying to be hip and cool. And see what you all are talking about over here. We got Pockets O Peace with us. Welcome aboard. I don't want to miss anybody. I want to acknowledge you all that are out here. Pierre Johnson. Pierre, do you have the do you actually have their address, Gaza support tweets? Because I'll check that out. I was just looking at the breaking hashtag barf245, and I was seeing a whole lot of non-breaking. Breaking trees. Yeah, breaking trees. And that dang tree that's going to bother me all night long. Pierre, if you have their address, you don't have it, sir. Okay. I could probably try to search it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, that they have gone silent. Again, that's radio silence, only in the in cyberspace. Cyber radio silence. And it's good to have friends and contacts, people that can provide us intel, people that are there, people that are situated, that can provide us things that we may not get other places. The Walla News site reported that the Army also changed the way in which the batteries were deployed along the Gaza border on Wednesday. Ewan, I think I saw that. I think I may have seen that someplace, but thanks for posting that. There is an awkward mist in the air in Anra. You have the feeling that this is just basically a reconnoiter right now. That basically we're just reloading, we're retooling, we're getting a drink of water, we're refreshing and getting ready to come back at it again. And Anra, Pierre, Ewan, I appreciate your input very much. I appreciate your input, guys. Thank you for what you're offering up tonight here. Both sides have gone dark in their comms. Yeah, that's probably because there may be some manner of reconnoiter, restaging. They may be getting refreshment, so to speak, like I'm going to get right now. I got the purple bottle tonight. But halftime, Squelch, it could be halftime. Absolutely, they could be the marching band could be out there right now in the field performing something. That's a good point, Squelch. I'm glad you're still there. Let me do this while we seem to have a slack moment. Let me do the shout-outs because I want to acknowledge everybody because I appreciate you all. Anan Ra, shout-outs to you, my friend. Squelch, Pierre Johnson, shout-out to you, man. I appreciate you being here, sir. Semper Fi to you. Barf245, thank you. Ewan Richardson, Shauna. Let's see who else we've got here. Did I miss anybody? I'm sorry. Pockets O Peace, thank you. Again, I'm kind of buzzing through here. Summer BC. Some of you are always here, like Summer BC. Old School Warrior was here. Shauna's here quite often. Thank you all for being here. Shout outs to all of you. I appreciate you so much. No, thank you, Ananra. Thank you, because you help me. You help me with this by offering up your insights. Again, I'm not an autocrat when it comes to this, folks. If you have good information, if you have experience, if you have a perspective, I appreciate you. Now, we might have something new here. Bear with me one moment. Please stand by. Okay. Well, this is just news pertaining to Yemen and the South China Sea right now. Okay, let me jump over to this for a second. This is a different scenario, but something worth mentioning. U.S. to keep confronting Beijing over South China Sea. That's another potential nasty hot spot. There could be an oopsie. I'm always concerned about an oopsie over there. An oops! Didn't mean to hit your aircraft carrier, U.S. Oops, sorry about that. That's what I'm concerned about over there, is an oopsie in the South China Sea. I'm concerned about an oopsie in Syria between Russian and U.S. forces. That's another oopsie, okay, that I'm concerned about. That could grow into something bigger. The world, especially that part of the world right now, Middle East, going out toward the Pacific Rim, even around China, North Korea, and maybe not so much. Hot right now. Dangerously hot, folks. And those of us who have our eyes open, I mean, we are blessed to be viewing this. And again, everybody's got that video of the Iron Dome taking down those rockets from Gaza. Okay, and we know there's going to be a lot more of that. I mean, but as was mentioned earlier, the comms, okay, the social media comms here seem to have just that. They've calmed. Where the comms have calmed. If that makes any sense to you, it's kind of my play on words. This could be a reconnoitering. Okay, this could be a retooling, a resetting up. This could be a purposeful radio silence, folks. That's what I'm thinking as well. There is I think it was Anan Ra that mentioned, there is a strange, mystical sort of, I'm paraphrasing you, my friend, sort of calm right now that we should not be pacified or lulled to sleep with this, because anytime, Pierre. Yes, Hard Truths. Welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome aboard. Pierre, I believe this is a valid alert. Yes, sir. 2 U.S. sent Aegis surface combatants sail within 12 nautical miles of the Woody Islands. China is pissed. They now responded with dispatching their vessels to meet the USN. My friend, that does not surprise me. Again, I'm worried about those oopsies I just mentioned, and maybe they will be a little more intentional than unintentional. Again, folks, while so much of America, let me just speak for America, while so much America is nighty-night asleep, watching their television sitcoms and doing what they do to keep themselves pacified, believing what the mainstream media is telling them. And again, I'm not saying this in a mocking manner. Don't misconstrue me. We in America are being lulled to sleep, being distracted. If anybody is awake, well, what are they watching? They're watching to see what Stormy Daniels' lawyer is going to do, and how many Russians are hiding in their bathroom. And again, that's me just kind of making light of the Russian hacking situation. But there are things going on. I think Leonard Skinner had a song called "Things Going On." There's things going on that you don't know. Is how the song went. I used to have all their stuff on vinyl. When I was younger, I had all the Skinner albums on vinyl. But Leonard Skinner had a song called "Things Going On." I think it was from their second album, which was called "Second Helping," or maybe it was from "Give Me Back My Bullets." I can't remember that now. That was a long, long time ago. And they're all dead. Those folks are all dead except for Gary Rossington. He is the only surviving original member. again, just some music trivia to kind of, being that we're having a bit of a halftime, so to speak, a quick halftime. I'm checking just breaking in general, and again, I'm not getting anything of any real use right here. So there you go. And I'm not really worried about pregnant whales right now. I mean, certainly people are. I'm not. Again, I am more and more trying to be a, I want to be an exhorter and a warner and not a condemner. I don't want to condemn. That's not what I'm here for. But again, I mean, the comms have gone calm, at least the social media comms. So with that, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to jump over to the social side again. And there I am again. Okay, I think my whiskers have grown another couple of millimeters since I last was here. I would love something refreshing and caffeinated, but again, we're going to. Pierre, thank you for that, sir. I am a watchman. If anything, I am that, and I praise God that He gave me that He gave me this burning desire to be a watchman. That's what I am. But as a watcher at the wall, it is my responsibility to warn. I warn. That's what I want to do. I want to warn you, folks. Things are about to get real. Things are about to get real in your town, your city, your front yard, your backyard. Ewan, thanks for that. Let me copy that out and see if I can get that hooked up for us. Let's see what that is. All right. Let's go on over here and see what we can come up with here. Are there any of these things I could close out? No, I guess not. Let's just get one more tab open. Let's go tab crazy, folks. Let's go tab crazy. All right. What are we going to get here, Ewan? Again, I'm trusting this. Okay, here we go. This looks like we may have some, again, some more interceptions, and these are good to watch. These are good to watch, folks. You can watch the Iron Dome. You can watch the Iron Dome doing its thing, and it does its thing well. This might be the one we saw before, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this one. I think that was the one that was on the J Post. But I'll show you again because a lot of you have come in since I showed that last. Okay, where'd that go? There it is. This, I think I originally had this on the Jerusalem Post when I first started, when I had them open. But, all right. Come on. Stop making a fool out of me. Play, dang you. Let's take this up. Watch it again. I guess that's as big as it gets. One more time. Let's get an encore performance. Okay. Some intercepts right there. It is fascinating to watch. It truly is. Okay. Ewan, thank you for that, my friend. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Maybe I should leave this cat open. Maybe he's got some other stuff for us here. Okay. Nothing new, but he said, okay, 4 hours ago, this is something interesting. I want to show you this. Shai Ben Ari tweeted this 4 hours ago. If reports of a ceasefire to go into effect in 22 minutes, well, that's long past, are true, there have also been denials. Past experience does not bode well for those 22 minutes. Well, I think that it did not, as explosions were seen and heard in Gaza, sirens heard. Okay, so evidently there was some manner of ceasefire that they were talking about, and I guess that didn't happen. Now, did it, folks? That did not take place. So maybe it's happening right now. Maybe maybe the ceasefire is just a reloading, a retooling, a reconnoitering, a refreshing. Again, the comms are still calm here, the social media comms, and this is primarily what I have to rely on right now because I don't have the access I would like to have, folks, because I'm just a civilian. I don't have the access I would like to get. I don't have any friends in the IDF. I wish I did. I don't have any friends over there that could set me up with some good information. So I'm just relying on what I can pull from the sources that I look at. And again, those calms have gone calm. But I can keep an eye on this. All right, folks. I'm going to pop back over on the social side here for a minute and see how long this remains calm for. Watchmen do have to watch. Okay, I wish I could spend the entire day watching. I wish I could do this as what I do primarily. But God has given me this opportunity to do it when I can, and I thank you, Lord. And Pierre, that's very likely. The IAF recon birds are in the skies over Gaza. To me, that's selecting targets and limiting collateral prior to a strike. Sure, I have no doubt they're getting ready for the next volley. I have no doubt that. And again, Israel's military is non-pareil. They really are. They are. You don't want to mess with Israel's military. You just don't. You don't want to play. That's a dog you don't want to whack with a magazine, folks. You don't want to hit that dog in the nose. Absolutely not, because you will be sorry. Another thing, Pierre's put up. Def Mattis is saying the U.S. will confront China on the militarization of the islands. Read between the lines. We're going to see what happens with that. Again, that's something that the average person is not hip to. Ewan, again, I'm going to. What do you have there for us, Ewan? IDF spokesperson 1 minute ago, and I got to go back there and check. I got to go back there and check that aerial defense system intercepted several projectiles that were launched in the Shar, Ha-Negev, and Sadat Negev regional councils. Pierre, again, I so, sir, much appreciate your perspective. Again, your experience at this stuff. Repeat, know this, everyone. Prior to S.H.I.E.L.D. becoming a storm, all the comms chatter skyrocketed to a crescendo point. Once it went silent, the S.H.I.E.L.D. became a storm. No doubt, my friend, no doubt. No doubt at all. I'm going to jump over to IDF spokesperson right now because I do have them open. Let me jump over there and get a look at that. Thanks, Ewan, for that tip. I'm surprised they didn't refresh on their own. Well, let's give them a refresh here and see what we have. Okay, now even IDF spokesperson says the rest of the sirens in other areas appear to be false alarms. The circumstances are being looked into. However, the IDF's Iron Dome aerial defense system intercepted several projectiles that were launched at the Shar, Ha-Negev, and Sadat Negev regional councils. Over the past hour, several launches were identified from the Gaza Strip aimed at Eshkal, Shar, Ha-Negev, and Sadat Negev regional councils. Okay, so this is coming right from the IDF, folks. This is the Israeli Defense Forces. So, again, they have said that maybe there are some false alarms. And you'd almost have to expect that there would be. I mean, you're dealing with computers, but you're also dealing with human beings. And human beings, as we are completely fallible in every way, shape, and form. Which is why we need the grace of Christ on us, because we are completely fallible. On a lark, folks, I'm just going to check this out because you never know. What I like about people who do use the breaking hashtag is sometimes you get eyewitness reports, basically. Okay, something completely different. We have a campground being evacuated at Catawba Falls Campground in... This is due to flooding. Okay, this is from Cody Alcorn. That's in McDowell County, North Carolina. Again, this could be related maybe somehow loosely to Alberto and the situation that we had in Maryland a couple nights ago. Okay, and we're going to just bypass that. People seem to be very, very, they want to talk about Roseanne. They want to talk about what she said about Valerie Jarrett. Yeah, good. I don't need to see that. That does nothing for me. Let's see here. eLint News has some more information for us, folks. Let's see what eLint News has got going up for us here and see if it's pertinent to our topic. All right. Okay, so eLint News has shared the IDF spokesperson's tweets here that there were some false alarms, but also there have been some intercepts. So, we have We have the false alarms, but we also have the intercepts. We could be just setting up for the next volley, the next round. All right, folks. So again, the comms have gone calm, you know, and we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see here a little bit longer. It is hotter than proverbial hell where I am right now. I don't want to. You know what, folks? Give me 1 second. I'm going to go turn my air conditioner up, and hopefully it's not going to mess with my audio. If it does, then I'm going to turn it back down and be hot. But just look at Noga's page there for a second, and I will be right back. All right. Hopefully that is not messing with my audio. I mean, it's some feet away from me, but again, trying to make videos with it on, I've noticed that it gives me a wobble in my audio sometimes. And you don't want wobble in your audio. I don't want any wobble in my audio, so hopefully it's not doing that. Let me jump over here. Okay. Yep, you know, Pierre, we are being so distracted by the mainstream media. We're dogs chasing our tails half the time. And Shauna, yeah, Hamas is that stupid. They think they can win. They think they can win. And the false, okay, that, you know, Ewan, that's a very interesting point, sir. The false alarms could be triggered by the other side's small arms fire. Yeah, sure they could. Okay, what I want to do is I want to see what else is going on as far as who, what, when, where, why, and how. Folks, if you're out there, I know that there's more of you out there. While it's not a huge number of you, there's some more of you that are not in the chat. Just pop in, say hi. You don't have to participate, certainly enough. I gotta do my quick commercial break here. Okay, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Give this a thumbs up. Share it. The stream. I'm posting news articles every day. My primary thing is watching what relates to biblical prophecy and the potential fulfillment thereof. But I'm posting all kinds of news videos every day. You know, I am an indie journalist. I'm a watcher at the wall. So you can subscribe if you want to keep track of what I post every day. I also try to post some encouraging things for you as well. My latest fiction book, Light, a Wayfarers story, available in Kindle and paperback. It's very reasonably priced. If you're watching world events, especially where America is concerned, check that out. I think you'll really like it. It may be as much nonfiction as fiction. There is the super chat if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or something. But subscribe, folks, please. Again, this is a daily endeavor for me. I do not live stream every day, but I do post news videos every day. You know, I'm watching. I am an indie reporter watching the world, folks, and that's what I do. I write books, I sing songs, I write songs, I report the news. I take a shower every once in a while too. Yeah, I'm okay right now, I think. But having given you all that, let me jump back in here for a second on the social side, because the social side, there's some good stuff going in up here. You know, I've got some guys in here that know a little bit. You know, we've got Pierre Johnson in here. We've got a non-Ra who is a member of the UK Armed Forces. Ewan, I suspect you might be too as well, my friend. And I appreciate their insights on this. This truly is an asset to what we're doing here right now. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to Shauna. Lee Wages, Barf 245, of course, a non-Ra, Pierre Johnson, Ewan Richardson. You know, I don't want to miss anybody. Again, folks, I think I got everybody for now. Hard Truths, you were here. Thank you, my friend. I always appreciate you being here. I like to acknowledge everybody that's in this chat. You know, I want you to be part of this. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you very much, and I say that with it's a nice nose, Parv 245. You know, my nose itches right now. Maybe you're reminding me of that. It's allergies. I appreciate all of you very much. Truly, I'm sincere. I'm sincere when I say that. It's not just me giving you lip service. Okay. So, with that, let me jump back over to the business side here and see if anybody has got anything new for us, or are we still in a calm right now? Have the calms gone calm? It sure kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Again, I'll check this for the heck of it, because once in a great while, we have something. All right, okay. Yeah. I think right now, primarily what they're concerned here with is Roseanne Barr. So that's not something that I am concerned with currently. I'm concerned with something that, no, don't be going all snap on me, Chrome. No, you do your job. Come on. That's it. Thank you. We don't do snap here. We don't like snap. Snap is all crap as far as I'm concerned. Just looking, I mean, generally these pages will update on their own without me refreshing them, but because of the amount of tabs I have open right now, you know, my Chrome, while I criticize my Chrome is working hard right now. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to just refresh everything here and see what's going on with any of these sources. Again, I had more stuff open. Okay, here we go. Reinforcements seen being brought into southern Israel tonight as many rockets fired toward Israel in the past day. Okay, so that is something new. We have some images right here of reinforcements being brought into southern Israel. We're going to see some... okay, well, we're going out to... this is not really what I was after, I don't think. But I wanted to just look at that picture of the reinforcements. Okay, what is this? Is this what is this right here? Okay, that's from 2014. That's not what I wanted. But we do have this here. Actually, okay, this is as of okay. This was just a minute or two ago. You can see. Again, when I clicked on this, don't do this to me again. I just want to show these images. Okay, this is what I wanted. You can see the trucks right here, the Israeli trucks moving into southern Israel tonight. As many rockets fired. Now, if you look at the 1, 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can see there. Okay, and there's another perspective of them right here. But I mean, you can see there is quite a line of they have what looked like tanks on them. Okay, so you see that right there. That to me indicates potentially, and you know, Pierre, you guys would know this even better. That tells me some manner of ground activity. When you're rolling things with wheels in there, what would look like tanks, in my view, you're preparing for some manner of ground activity. Those aren't just going in to look pretty. Those aren't going in as decorations or as ornaments. Those are going in to do business. Is how I would interpret that. So, again, right now the comms are quiet. Maybe we're just retooling for the next roundabout here, folks. So again, I'll jump over to the social side really quick and get a pop in the chat. And there is a very strange feeling, Pierre. You know, I've been saying that. And those are 113 armored personnel carriers. See, I called them tanks. You guys are the experienced military guys. You would know better than I what they are. I do know this, so I do know they mean business. Okay, those to me indicate something ground related. That's how I would interpret that. They're not going in there just to look pretty. I don't care about celebrities one bit, Sean. I don't think any of us here do. That's a good point, though. I mean, so many Americans do. So many Americans are obsessed. There is a celebrity worship, a celebrity cult, so to speak, in this country right now. We are on the verge of something, folks. We are definitely on the verge of something. And again, these are things that most or all of us that are at least in this chat right now would not be surprised by, that have been expecting. We've been expecting something, have we not? We've been expecting something. You know, we're watchers, we're watchmen, we're watch persons. I'm being PC. We're watch women, we're watch men. We're watching. We know what the word says. We see the signs. You know, we don't know the day nor the hour, but we will see the signs, and we are seeing the signs. We are seeing the signs of big stuff, big stuff happening, as Shauna says. We are seeing the signs. We know what to expect. Nothing is going to surprise us. Nothing, right, folks? Nothing is going to surprise us. Pierre, you won't be surprised. Anan Ra, you won't be surprised. Ewan, you won't be surprised. Barf 245 won't be surprised. Whoever I'm missing, I can only see a small number of you right now, the way I'm looking at it. Distraction, diversion, diversion. It's all what they are paid to do. Keep the sheeple docile and happen under slaughter. My friend, that's very well put. That is the truth. That is the truth. And unfortunately, so many millions upon millions are being led to their slaughter. Okay? And it's a spiritual slaughter before anything else. It's a spiritual slaughter before it becomes a physical slaughter. It is a spiritual death, folks. And Pierre, you put that very well, my friend. Thank you. There is this strange feeling. You know, and I'm always having strange dreams. I'm always seeing things in dreams that I can't interpret. I ask God, what are you trying to show me? And I think what he says to me through the Holy Spirit is, you know what I'm trying to show you. Don't be coy with me, Jim. You know what I'm trying to show you. And we need to be very prayerful, folks. Very prayerful. You know, I use the term sheeple all the time, but I don't mean it necessarily in a way of condemnation. People are people. People in many cases are busy. They're working, supporting families. They don't have time to be watching. So it's up to us. It's up to us to make them aware. Okay, it's not that many people are purposefully ignorant. They don't want to know. I've heard people say, I don't watch the news, I don't follow the news because it's all bad, I don't know what's going on. People are in pain, people are hurting, people are hiding, people are in denial. Meanwhile, those of us who are awake, we're watching. We can't be in denial. We can't sleep. Even when I sleep, I'm not really sleeping. It's like I have my phone within a few feet of me, you know, probably running a great risk of cancer. But it's like I don't want to miss anything, folks. I don't want to miss anything. I want to be right there. Maybe sort of in the tip of the spear. Non-Ra, thank you for that, because I can sit here and I can pontificate for long periods of time. Let's see what Elint has to say. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. That's why I need you folks out there in the chat. All right, IDF moving, this is what we just saw. IDF moving many armored vehicles and other military vehicles toward Gaza tonight. Well, again, and this pretty much is the same thing that Israel Breaking had a moment ago. Again, you see it right there. That's not one of them. That's a broken down station wagon. There could be somebody living in that for all we know, and that's not something I say in jest. That is something that pains me to see something like that if that's the case. But you see the stuff moving, okay? We see the pictures. We're looking at them right here. Reinforcements being brought into southern Israel tonight. Okay, this is not being done just as a ploy. This is not being done just as a game. This is being done because the IDF is planning to do business. The IDF is planning to do business. That's why this is being done. Because we know there's another stage, there's another round, there's another something going to happen with this. You know, unfortunately, I wish I was friends with Benjamin Netanyahu. I wish I was friends with someone in the IDF that could leak me intel, but I am not so blessed, and maybe it's just as well that I'm not blessed that way, that I don't have someone putting themselves in danger by leaking me intel. Putting me in danger by getting intel. I mean, I guess I'm on a need-to-know basis, and if I want to know something, I have to dig for it and find out, because nobody's going to tell me anything. I appreciate you folks in the chat that, again, while I start talking, you point out, Jim, look, there's something that just went up. Okay, so we have that stuff moving. We have that stuff moving in southern Israel right now. We can expect there's going to be more activity. We can expect, folks, that there is going to be another volley, whether it's in the next hour. You know, it might be long after I end this live stream. It might be 3 hours from now, 4 hours from now. It might be tomorrow morning. This stuff usually happens under cover of darkness. But we know something is about to take place. Again, you know, I want to pop into the chat. I want to acknowledge people. Very important that I do that. I feel it's very important that I do that. I want you to I believe that Bitcoin or some sort of cryptocurrency is going to be the backup for the mark of the beast. When somebody who has the chip, the mark scans, it comes out of a cryptocurrency account. That's what I believe. When I see or hear that the Merkavas are coming on the scene, then I'll know the situation will get sporty. It probably is going to get sporty soon, I would guess, Pierre. Again, you may have a better perspective than I, but yes, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You know, we need to be prayerful. We need to be listening to the Holy Spirit speaking to us. We are on the verge of serious feces, folks. Serious feces. We are in the mood for. Well, I mean, we're in the mood for it because we're watching. What I'm trying to say is that we know what's coming. We know what's coming, and it's looked like we thought this was going to happen before, and it never did. Sam King, I didn't see you out there, my friend. Welcome aboard. Ricky Long, I missed you. Welcome aboard. I tell you, I'm not into cryptos because I believe, as I just said, cryptos are going to be the funding source of the mark. That's what I think. My book, Light, a Wayfarers Story. Read that. There might be me fictionalizing something. Anon Ra, you are Johnny on the spot, brother. Let me check that out, okay? Because as soon as I start talking, playing the show host here, we got to go look at something here. Okay. Again, ELINT has, again, those same images, but let's see what they say. First images of armored military vehicles and infantry troop transport vehicles. That's what Pierre said they were, possibly for ground operations being moved to the Gaza border tonight. Okay, and that's via Israel Breaking, which I just was looking at a few minutes ago. So again, another source tweeting that those vehicles moving there, possibly for ground operations. I would say it's probably, if I was to guess, I'd say it's not just possible. I'd say probable ground operations. And again, once the Merkavas start moving, things could get sporty, according to Pierre. I like that. I like that terminology, sporty. Okay. Now this was retweeted by ELINT News from Louis Fishman. Numerous Israeli analysts correctly stated that today's events are reminiscent of 2014, when despite that Israel and Hamas weren't interested in escalation, it quickly spun out of control. Tonight, with Hamas and IJ continuing to fire rockets, a full-fledged conflict is all the more closer. True. And something else just went up here, folks. So while we're here, let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. Okay, this is from Intelopus. Okay, I like that. That's an octopus right there. Just staging for now. When those M113s are off the trailers and the convoys consist of tanker and freight trucks, that's when things might happen, or might get sporty. Yes, absolutely. Just staging for now. Well, again, I think if they're staging, it's because they're prepping for something. Again, I am not a military man, but I'm just thinking maybe I'm relying on what might be a modicum of common sense. So it looks like it. It looks like it, folks, that we're getting ready. We're getting ready for another phase of this. And when it's on the ground, that's when things could potentially get ugly. I should say uglier. Most of the other comms have been quiet here. Going to have a look at them while I'm over here. Let's take a look-see. Let's see if anything else has popped up. Again, relying on social media for my intel to report to you. We're all looking at it, and Anon-Ra's looking at it. When I'm playing the host over there on the social side, Anon-Ra is letting me know that I gotta go unsocial and get out here and have a look at this stuff. And I appreciate you, Anon-Ra, for doing that. Again, all of you folks out there right now, I appreciate you more than I can say. We're all part of this. We're all doing this together, and I hope that there are many watching, and no, not as many as I would like, because YouTube, I do believe, has me shadow banned. YouTube definitely has me shadow banned, so I'm not reaching all the hundreds and thousands of people I'd like to be reaching. But you know, if I get 20, 30, or 40 out there, and I'm considering it somewhat of a success. So with that, Anan Ra, I'm going to be relying on you to warn me if something goes up, okay? Because I got to pop over and look at something here. Just a moment. Okay, boots on the ground. Sounds like it's coming. Sounds like it's coming. Yep, Pierre, you are so right. Anan Ra, thanks for the carrot and the thumbs up, brother. I greatly appreciate it. I gotta look at something over here. I gotta do the commercial break. Okay, this is my commercial break. I try to make it as brief as possible. Folks, I know that there's others of you out there that are watching right now that are not in the chat, and that's great. You know, you don't have to participate, but I would love it if you just pop in and say hello, let me know you're here, because I thank you. Every one of you that's out there right now, whether you're in the chat or not, whether you're just listening or watching, I hope you're getting something out of this, truly. Truly, I hope that you're getting something out of this. I've got a few military guys in my chat right now, which I'm very thankful to have. I've got Pierre Johnson, I've got Anan Ra, I've got Ewan in there. I've got people that are just we're following the Lord's leading. We're watching end times events unfold. We're keeping track of all this. We're talking about it. We're reporting it. Okay, so I would ask you, if you're interested in those kind of things, please subscribe to my channel. I'm putting up news videos every day, folks. I don't live stream every day, but I've been live streaming like crazy lately, and because I feel that's what I'm supposed to be doing. My fiction book Below Light, a Wayfarers story. It's fiction, maybe not so much. You might want to read that. Kindle's only $1.99. Paperback is $7.99. There's a link to some music of mine down there. There is a super chat if you want to buy me a hamburger or a cup of coffee. If you want to buy me a pack of licorice. If you want to support my channel. I like black licorice. Most people hate it. I love black licorice. I love cheesecake. I don't love it too much or else I'd be fatter than a pig. I'm staying skinny. I got to stay skinny. I got to stay in shape because I got to be a stormtrooper, because we're going to be fighting a battle, a supernatural battle. You got to be in shape, folks. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you got to be in shape. Okay, having said that, I can jump out of this now and I can start talking about other things. I'm going to check my chat again to see whether or not I have missed something, and then we're going to go back out to the comms. Roger Brennan, welcome aboard. That's my telly. That's my 2016 telly. That color is what they call Lake Placid blue. Pierre, thank you, brother. Thank you. You know, I am a singer-songwriter, recording artist as well. I'm trying to get a new band together. I'm trying to do so many things. But all gone. Hey man, where you been? Where you been, brother? Welcome aboard. There really is nothing new, but yet there is. And yet there is. It looks like we might be setting up for some sort of ground action, possibly in southern Israel. Again, we have equipment moving in. You know, we've got. Well, you should play catch with your niece and nephew. Definitely, our children are very important, whether they're our own children or our nieces and nephews. All gone. We've got some guys that are hip and aware. We've got Pierre Johnson in here. Pierre Johnson, you might be familiar with his work. We've got Anan Ra here, who's in the UK military. We've got Ewan, who I suspect is in the UK military. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong, Ewan. But no, not we as in USA. I should clarify. Israel. Looks like Israel's preparing maybe for some manner of ground activity. There's been a lot of stuff coming across from the Gaza Strip tonight. There has been a lot of alerts that have been sent out. Some of them may have been false alarms. Absolutely. Or they could be triggered, as Ewan said, they could have been triggered by small arms fire. So we have what looks to be somewhat of a quieting on the comms right now, but we could be on the verge of some serious feces, folks, and that's what we're watching for right now. And again, the comms are fairly docile at the moment. You know, things, as Pierre says, are not too sporty at the moment. I'm going to check breaking, okay, because maybe they're talking about more than just Roseanne Barr over here, okay? Because I personally, I don't watch much television. I don't really care about that show being canceled. And it was a very popular show from what I understand. It was hugely popular, more than they expected it to be. Again, if you want to talk about something else for a moment, severe weather in Oklahoma. Again, you know, expect the weather, okay, folks, to shift gears for a moment. Expect the weather to become increasingly more strange, whether it's being geoengineered, whether it's being modified through HARP, or whether it's through supernatural means. And I mean that sincerely, supernatural means. Watch the weather. Watch the weather, folks. I expect it's going to be a strange summer as far as weather goes. Again, look for, earthquakes. Look at Kilauea right now. Watch the Ring of Fire. Watch California as far as quakes go. Tsunamis. Watch Tornado Alley. Watch the hurricanes. Watch the weather where you are. Again, we are in a time right now, folks. We are in a time. Oh, yes, we are. This is the time. This is the time. Doesn't mean that this is going to be over tomorrow and we all go home. It doesn't mean that the Lord's going to be back tomorrow. It doesn't mean that. But we are moving fast. As Art Bell used to call it, it's the quickening. It's the end of days, but it's a process. We're moving. Things are happening. Doesn't mean, again, tomorrow we're all going to probably wake up, the sun's going to rise, and we'll be watching again. We'll be watching again. But know that with every hour, every minute that passes, every day, things are going to become increasingly more tense, more strange, whether it be in the Middle East, whether it be with the weather here in America and around the world. Again, there's a lot of severe weather in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is Tornado Alley. But be watching for things to get a little out of control as far as the weather goes. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have plenty on our plate, folks. As those of us who are watching at the wall, we got plates and we've got dessert afterward. We've got a lot to watch. And right now, again, the comms are cool. The comms are calm and collected. So I'm going to jump back over to the social side. Someone will let me know if I need to get back over here on the business side. Again, because I want to acknowledge all of you. I want to acknowledge what I've got going on over here. All right. Again, it's reloading. There's so many things. Andrew, welcome aboard, my friend. Basically, what has happened as far as turmoil goes in Israel, we had some mortars come from the Gaza Strip. We had Israel, in turn, retaliate, or I should say defend itself, with strikes on 25 asset locations in the Gaza Strip. We've then had all manner of warnings on phone apps in Israel. They have a phone app. A couple guys here in the chat have it, actually, from the UK, where you get warned every time there's incoming. And these phone apps have been going crazy tonight with warnings. We've had sirens. We've had the Iron Dome taking down incoming. So there definitely is a back and forth taking place right now. We have assets moving. We have Israeli assets moving on the ground right now. They could be staging for potentially some manner of ground activity. So we have a fairly hot situation right now around the Gaza Strip. And again, this is reminiscent of what may have happened, what did happen in 2014, what some experts are saying. So again, we have a very tense. We've had things like this happen recently, but somehow there's something different about this one. There's something different about this one. Where some of us are mentioning here that things have a weird feeling right now, and they do. They do. So we are potentially. Again, I don't want to over sensationalize anything. I'm passionate about this, and I know what's coming. Most of us, or all of us here in this chat, know what's coming. Are we there? Well, we're getting closer. We are definitely seeing some movement tonight that would let us know that we could be on the verge of something, let's just say some serious feces, possibly the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. We're watching. We all need to be prayerful. We all need to be prayerful right now. We need to be careful. We need to be prayerful. Anan Ra, okay, yeah, be back in a couple minutes. Don't go, because while I'm being social here, somebody's got to let me know when I got to jump back out to the comms. Yes, God, rise up, give your army the supernatural wisdom and eyes to see the enemy in hiding. Yes, the enemy is in hiding. The enemy is diabolical. Diabolical. Dangerous. Dangerous. And he works on a number of levels. He works on a number of levels. He is powerful. Not as powerful as God, but he's powerful. He's diabolical. He's smart. He's smarter than we are. And he could... we need to have our spiritual eyes open. Wearing the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit. Okay, we need to be carrying those things as mentioned in Ephesians chapter 6. We need to have that stuff right now because we are going into a time. We in a way are going into a manner of urban combat. Algon's talking about urban combat. We are in a manner going into a supernatural form of urban combat, if you can picture that. We're moving into that right now. The weather in upstate New York was beautiful today. Well, I'm talking about weird weather and watch the weather. The weather was beautiful. It was hot and sunny today. But, you know, we need to be watching the weather all over the nation. I am going to jump out again to have a look at what's going on my internals here, okay? Because I'm trying to keep track. Again, folks, thank you for being aboard. We are talking about Israel. We are talking about ground movement right now. We've had some equipment moving in southern Israel that could be staging for some manner of ground activity. We've had incoming mortars and rockets from the Gaza Strip. We have had Israel hit 25 targets in the Gaza in retaliation for this incoming. We've had all manner of warnings hitting phones in Israel, and a couple of guys that I've got in the chat here from the UK had the same app. There's been all sorts of warnings. There may have been some false alarms. The IDF is even saying there may have been some false alarms. There's been sirens. There's been the Iron Dome taking down incoming. We've got a lot of things happening over there right now. So that's what we're covering right now. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel, please, because I'm going to be posting news videos every day. So with that, I am going to head back out to the comms and see if the comms have got anything for us. Again, it looks like everything is remaining pretty cool, calm, and collected as far as reporting, and that could be a bad sign. That could be a bad sign. We could be, you know, I'm not sure I'm even going to look at breaking right now because there's just a lot of doo-doo going up there. Okay, the comms are being quiet right now. Keeping in mind too that I think over there, I think it's 6 hours ahead. So we're looking at about what? We're looking at about 3:36 a.m. over there. So it's going to be, again, darkness is going to be fading over there pretty soon. So they might be getting ready for tomorrow night. They might be getting ready for, again, who's to say this couldn't go on in broad daylight? But something I wanted to point out, I'm going to mention this again here. I got to find where I saw it. We've been looking at some video of the Iron Dome taking down some incoming, and it's quite a neat thing to watch. The Iron Dome keeping people safe on the ground. Again, this was a very prescient tweet by Louis Fishman from Istanbul, Tel Aviv, as tweeted by Elint News. Numerous Israeli analysts correctly stated that today's events are reminiscent of 2014, the operation in 2014, when despite that Israel and Hamas weren't interested in escalation, it quickly spun out of control. And it looks like it may be getting close to doing that again, folks. I got to grab a sip of water. But I'm going to stay with this, folks, till, I mean, at least a few more minutes. If things stay quiet, I may put this to bed for the night in a very short while. But as for the moment, I am here. I am watching this. And again, all the comms seem to have gone quiet. So I'm going to jump back over on the social side and check on the chat, see what all of you have got going on over here. Do some shout outs if any new folks have jumped in. Am I subbed to Moshi? Moshi who, Algon? I might be. I certainly have a list. I have a list that I am subbed to, that I use, that can give me some information when I can't find out. U.S. walks out of disarmament conference to protest Syrian presidency. The U.S. wants Bashar al-Assad out of power. Russia supporting Bashar al-Assad. I think I am all gone. Yes. Again, we've been in a sense fighting a proxy war in Syria between the U.S. and Russia. A proxy war, not a hot war. Proxy war. Again, is the U.S. is supportive of Bashar al-Assad's government, and the Russians. Actually, no, other way around. I'm sorry. The Russians are supporting Bashar al-Assad. The U.S. wants change over there. Okay, that's on the list of things they want to do. So we have, in a sense, been fighting this low-scale proxy war between Russia and the U.S., NATO. Fortunately, nothing has gotten any hotter with that, but that's something I'm always watching too. Again, the concern that there might be a mistake, an oopsie in Syria, or an oopsie out in the South China Sea. Anan Ra's back. Good. Anan Ra, I'm going to hang with this for a while longer. Again, all the comms seem to have gone calm, which could mean, again, it's about 3:39 in the morning over there, if I'm estimating accurately. So they may only have another couple of hours or less before the sun is rising, and maybe they might go quiet during daylight. I don't know. I'm so tired. I need a break from all this. Chew on this, gang. While our attention is resting on Israel, what's happening to where our eyes should be? Our eyes, I believe, should be on a lot of things right now, and it makes me tired too, Pierre. It makes me tired because I'm watching so many things, and we are being spun. We are being distracted. I'm also as much concerned about. It's 4:40 p.m. in Israel. Oh my gosh! I guess or a.m. Yes, 4:40 a.m. Okay, so I was an hour off. What could happen here in CONUS? What could happen here? Well, not just in CONUS, but in the United States. Could we have some manner of civil flare-up here in this country? I mean, again, politically, we are so very, very angry and upheaved right now. So much political upheaval here in the U.S. Culturally, we are angry, we're mad, we're being pitted against each other. We are bidding, right is bid against left, and you have gay against straight, you have all these subcultures, you have all these conflicts, meanwhile being distracted like dogs chasing our tails. Could there be an effort to foment some manner of civil uprising here in the U.S.? That also concerns me, as a way to control population, as a way to subdue us, as a way to bring us under control. I'm always concerned about that. There are factions of us that are still solid, yes, but there's also there is a more lunatic fringe that I'm concerned about. And there are radicals, but the radicals could foment some serious trouble. I'm always watching that. But we do need to be watching Israel. Israel is God's prophetic timepiece. God's prophetic timepiece, folks. And we are definitely in a time of a diabolical time, but also know it's a time that tells us we are closer to the day of the Lord, and that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on very much, but we will see. I'm going to run back out and check the comms quick because I personally am getting very, very tired too. I'm getting very physically tired. I was very tired when I came in to do this, and I was hoping that nothing would happen tonight so I could go right to bed, and yet this had to be covered. But if the comms are going to remain quiet for a while here, and again I have that fear I'm going to miss something, but I'm going to be up in the wee hours of the morning again, and I may have videos to make and news to report at that time, depending on what happens tonight. But folks, we seem to have a bit of quiet right now. Again, this could change 20 minutes from now. I don't know. So let me do this. I want to get back over here on the social side, and I want to do this. I want to offer up the shout-outs again to Andrew, Munchkin, Pierre Johnson. Appreciate you folks being here. Shauna Lee, Wages, all gone. Andrew, I got you already. Let's see. Anan Ra. Oh, thank you so much for your help tonight, Anan. I appreciate it. We had Ewan was in here for a while. We had Barf 245. We had we had so many of you. Thank you for being here. Again, if you're out there lurking, if you're just watching, subscribe to my channel, okay? Please subscribe. Check out the link to my latest fiction book, Light, a Wayfarer's Story. Again, I think you'd really like that, folks. I appreciate you all. I have a funny feeling I may have a busy morning with news tomorrow. But I want to say God bless all of you. Please keep your eyes focused on the Lord first and foremost, and all these things that are happening around us. We are. Do I have to stay with this, Anan Ra? I guess I can't go to bed yet. Let me have a look at this right here before I go. Okay, before I go. Before I go. Because I don't want to miss anything, because I think that we are on the verge of something. I've said that about 26 times, haven't I? Yeah, maybe 27. Sometimes when you're doing this, you've got to repeat things over and over because you have people coming and going. Okay, I have a funny feeling that Noga probably is not going to have anything new for us. So actually, no, crap. I wanted to not do that. Oh, this is what happens when I'm tired. This is what happens when I'm tired. When I get tired, I make stupid mistakes. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I'm just making stupid mistakes because I'm tired. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Let's try that again. And let's try that again. Oh, my gosh. Okay, alright. Yeah, get me over there. Get me over there. Get me there, over there. Okay, local residents in Israel have reported seeing armored vehicles being transported toward the Gaza border. That may be what we were just looking at a few minutes ago. Those images that we were looking at, folks, a few minutes ago. So again, it looks like there at least is some staging and we might have something new over here. Hang in there, Jimbo. I know you're tired. That's me talking, encouraging myself. Hang in there, Jimbo. Okay, that's the same thing we just looked at. This source also popped it up over here. So there are definitely things moving, folks. There are definitely assets moving in southern Israel. As to what's going to come of this in the immediate future, the next 15, 20 minutes, half hour, 2 hours, well, they're at least staging, which means that there may be some manner of plan. I hope it's not just a distraction to keep us focused on that while something else happens. But okay, again, this is that same thing. You see the armaments, the trucks, I should say, moving, and they're carrying armored personnel carriers there. Another perspective on that right there. You see them again heading into southern Israel as many rockets fired toward Israel the past day. You know that Iran is behind a lot of this, folks. You know that Iran is instigating this. Iran may be doing some of this firing of the rockets. You know that Iran is ultimately behind this. Iran. And I ran so far away. Remember Flock of Seagulls, 1982? And I ran. You remember that song, right? MTV. It was all over MTV. All right. Now, yep. Tanks on their way to Gaza. Armored personnel carriers. Okay. Yep. Pierre stated this point on Iran. So, we are seemingly setting up for something that could be, again, in my fatigue, significant. Going to have to watch this very carefully. We could be, again, the prophecy that could be fulfilled. There are several different things. Seeing what happens. And now, Andrew, the idea is that the Jews will turn to Jesus, that they will turn to Jesus. That they will turn. That he's very concerned about that. He wants them to turn to him. And he did say in Genesis, those that bless Israel will be blessed; those that curse her will be cursed. That is the apple of his eye. That is the apple of that. That is the word. That is the apple of his eye. That is his prophetic timepiece. And we may be seeing things right now. But folks, I think we're at a point now where we're waiting, we're staging. 5-6 hours from now, who knows what may have happened. Maybe nothing, maybe something. Tomorrow night at this time, we may yeah, Pierre, they definitely, Russia, another situation not to be messed with. Russia plays a big part in this. Russia prophetically plays a big part in this. Russia will be part of this, absolutely, and Iran has relied on Russia, but Russia again is another very powerful force that should not. They should be very careful. Russia probably will handle that in some way, absolutely. And I'm also thinking about prophecy where Russia and Iran move on Israel. Now we'll have to see how that all plays out. I mean, that is in Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39. Very tense times, folks. Very tense times, and with that, okay, I'm going to give the shout outs. Barf 245, Pierre Johnson. We have had Shauna Lee. Pierre, again, thank you for everything. Anand Roth, thank you for everything tonight. You were in there. Thank you for everything. All gone, always. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate Barf 245. Maybe I mentioned you, but you're all worth mentioning numerous times, as I appreciate you all very much. We're all awake here. We're all watching. And at the same time, they're trying to distract us. We are the problem. All of us in here, we're the problem. We're the ones they're trying to distract. We're the ones that they want to take our focus away from anything significant and focus it on trash. We are the problem. Be blessed that you are part of the problem. But we are also, ultimately, we are the solution. Okay, we are the watchers. We watch, we warn. That's what we do. That's what we do. And Shauna, you were absolutely right on that. Okay, folks, I just want to say, I'm struggling at this point. I hardly slept last night. I had fireworks keeping me awake outside. Where I live, fireworks are legal. People are blowing them off. They're probably going to be blowing them off tonight. People have very little consideration for their neighbors when it comes to that kind of thing. I suffered for it. I'm going to get to bed. God bless you all. Thank you. Remain prayerful. Remain prayerful. Remain prayerful. I said it 3 times. I emphasized it. Thank you all. I will see you soon.